Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Dragons.
Come on.
Sorry, I was distracted by Sam's.
It'll do that.
With it. So much.
So we have Liam O'Brien via internet connection for the evening, as he's been out for the week with his family.
Hey.
Good job. That's about right.
Sure.
Perfect.
Wow.
Yep. Skip to that elective.
Exactly. Apologies in advance, don't flip out. I rushed out of the shower, forgot my band, so now people will be like, what's wrong, what's different? He's lost his power tonight. Maybe. We'll see.
Oh my god, what if he rolls really bad?
Then it will prove a lot of theories. But yes, anyway, welcome. Before we jump into tonight's game, we're going to go ahead and go through some quick announcements, beginning with our fantastic sponsors for the night. Well, quick for most of us. Beginning with our first sponsor, Friends of Campaign 2, from the very beginning, D&D Beyond. Sam!
D&D Beyond. Guys, we all started off as voice actors. Oh, you know what? I didn't even look at what they sent me to read. The D&D Beyond Encounter Builder Alpha version is now available to all D&D Beyond subscribers. If you don't recall, it's a super handy tool to craft unique and flavorful fights that fit your current setting and difficulty level. Check out the exciting updates as they work their way through the alpha, including the official monsters who've now been added and improved accessibility. Check it out at the link in the chat. Okay,
That's actually really cool. Not to gloss over that, Sam.
Sorry?
Encounter Builder is actually really cool and a really helpful tool. I've used it. It's been helpful. Check it out. It's awesome.
Yes.
I'm seeing the table for the first time. Is that a motherfucking fishbowl?
Yeah, there's lots of stuff, Liam. Anyway, what Matt said, that is important and vital. Anyway, the bit. So we all got our start as voiceover actors, and for this week's D&D Beyond ad, I wanted to bring us back to our roots with an old-fashioned radio play. Now, voiceover really became an art form in the 30s and 40s with radio dramas like The Shadow, Mercury Theater, The Green Hornet, and my favorite part of these classic radio dramas was the sound effects. So, tonight, the Critical Role... No, that's mine!
Oh, shit.
The Critical Role radio players are going to take you back to the golden age of radio with me, Sam Riegel, providing sound effects. Okay, here we go. Okay, ready?
We now return to our regularly scheduled broadcast, The Adventures of Detective Clint P. McGinty, Private Dick.
Come on in.
Chief, I came as soon as I heard the dispatch. Somebody got iced? Where's the Vic?
Hold on, McGinty. Let me light another cigarette. I'm afraid it's murder, McGinty. That's why you're here. You're the best dick I know.
Well, if you want to solve this case, you're going to need all the dicking I can give.
We all will. Walk with me, McGinty. The body's over here. Just past this carpet.
Should I follow you over this gravel area?
Of course. Let's stop here on this mound of silverware. Go ahead, kick that vacuum cleaner aside. And get rid of that pussy. There you go. One dead body.
Good gravy, that's a lot of blood. I better investigate it by touching it and squishing it around.
In his toilet bowl.
Curious. Yes, interesting. Yes, of course. Well, I think I know who committed this crime.
What? How?
There's blood spatter here on this bell.
Oh, shit! There it is.
And here on this clock. And here on this lightsaber.
My goodness, you're right.
There's a reason they call me the best goddamn dick in L.A.
So, who did it?
We're halfway done, guys.
The only person I know who can kill this quickly and efficiently is none other than D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond?
D&D Beyond. In any violent encounter, D&D Beyond makes you much more efficient, so you can slay your enemies without having to look up rules and...
Sorry, I had curry before. Continue.
Anyway, D&D Beyond is the perfect resource for anyone who wants to defeat a creature in record time. And
I also ate corn, cauliflower, and Diet Coke with Mentos.
it's fine, Chief. I'll just moonwalk over here. As I was saying, the killer must have subscribed to dndbeyond.com and gotten access to all their great content.
I forgot to tell you, I also ate Red Hots, a hoppy IPA, deviled eggs, raw artichokes, and Funyuns and bean dip.
Sorry, Chief. I can't take the smell anymore. I'm going to jump out this window.
And thus concludes another adventure of Detective Clint P. McGinty, Private Dick.
I did it! Oh my god. What the fuck is the matter with you? I did it!
You did.
Do we clap?
Whatever Sam did, he did it.
Over. Nice. Really good.
That was my dream come true.
I'm so happy that we and our sponsors can facilitate your private dreams, Sam.
Holy shit.
Thanks, guys.
Wow.
That was real fun.
No, thank you, Sam. And thank you, D&D Beyond, for your infinite patience.
Oh, man.
One more bit.
My favorite part is how you wove D&D Beyond into it.
So cleverly. So organically.
Seamless, natural. Our second wonderful sponsor for tonight's episode, our returning friends at the Rook and the Raven.
Look at the raven.
So, you guys, we've talked about them before in the show. Check it out. They have these amazing bound campaign books you can get, both as a dungeon master and as a player, with spiral notes that you can change out different pages for your campaign character notes, all kinds of fun stuff, details. Over there.
My last note before the break was fucking Yasha.
Yep, that sounds about right.
That's about
You
right.
too can make very poignant notes like that.
Fucking Yasha.
Well, for a very limited time right now, you can get their new Rook and the Raven campaign planner with the cover design by fantasy artist Leisha Hannigan, friend of the show. Awesome artist. Also new in their store is the large format 14 by 11 inch disc bound campaign atlas, which is available both square and dual hex grid pages, which is cool, or hex dual scale, I should say. Sorry. Also, the new Tome of Legends and Lore, which features oversized disc and dividers to let you organize and archive up to 300 pages for your mischief and misadventure diary planners, which these are. You can find all this and more at our landing page, which is therookandtheraven.com/critical role. Go ahead and get a special 15% discount from ordering there, so go check it out. Alrighty.
So good.
So we also have a couple of quick announcements. The continuation of our comic book series, Legends, Vox Machina Origins. Yes. With our friends at Dark Horse Comics. The first issue is now available at comic shops. Hopefully, some of the stores are sold out already, which is crazy. So check out and order. If you can't find it in stores, check out online. But I'd once again recommend you going to your local game store, local comic store. Support the brick and mortar as best you can, and then if you can't find it, other avenues. But you can find it at critroll.com, as well as Comixology, Dark Horse Digital, and where other great digital comic books are sold. Also, we'll be next weekend, Saturday, July 20th, in room 6 BCF at San Diego Comic-Con.
6 BCF. BCF.
6 BCF!
Can't make this up.
Same room we had our panel last year.
I love it.
But our special Talks Machina panel will be there. If you're planning to go to San Diego Comic-Con, hopefully you can come join us and bask in the chaos that they inevitably always are. So, hope to see you there. Laura, we have some updates from the merch side of things, I believe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, to commemorate, you may have seen this online already, to commemorate the 1 year.
1 year anniversary.
Yes, of Dear Molly Mox. We have this fabulous shirt. You want to hold it up?
I will.
Designed by our friend and artist, Cami. I hope I'm saying that right. Camille, at Camille on Twitter. It's spelled fun. Check it out on our Twitter to find out exactly. Go check her out.
Caemiel.
There you go.
It's an amazing piece. I'm so pleased with it.
It's so beautiful, and if you zoom in, you can see sparkles. It's on the shop. Go check it out. It's on pre-order right now in both the US and the UK at the same time. And then in addition to this, we have our Pride shirt still available. And that is in the UK shop now. And so in addition to what we did here in America, in the UK for the month of July, all profits are going to go to Outright International.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Super, super cool.
Fantastic.
And I want that shirt.
I know, it's so
on my wall
nice.
right
I'm
now.
so excited.
So there you go.
Great. Thank you, Lloyd. And really quick before we get started on tonight's game, just want to take a moment to remind each and every one of you to love each other, both online and off, as much as we love you. It's important. So, anyway, without further ado.
I feel like I did something wrong.
I know.
It's usually you, Sam. It's
Yeah.
usually you. But, nevertheless, with that all being said, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. Now he's in trouble. Of Critical Role.
The adventure begins. They were always beside you, your nerdy best friends, and the DM to guide you. And they rise from the flames for the battles ahead. Villains beware, 'cause you're about to be dead. They got magic and flair. They got falchions and cunning. They don't see over there. There's a monster incoming. Inspiration is waiting. Rise up, don't think twice. Put your fate in your hands. Take a chance, roll the dice. Can you answer the call? Digging deep in your soul as the legend unfolds. Now it's your turn to
And welcome back. The delay's not helping you there, Leo.
I timed that precisely.
Fair enough. So, my music is having problems here. That's okay.
Oh, Joe.
Start that.
Do you want us to just hum?
No, I should have checked it. So, last we left off, 2 weeks ago, after our week break, the Mighty Nein, upon investigating a series of strange occurrences where portals seeming to open to various locations in the abyss began to appear across Xhorhas, had found an individual responsible through scrying means, hunted down a meeting point, and where they fled northward to Bazozane. You followed this entity, this Oban, into a subterranean tomb, known colloquially, or historically, as the King's Cage, as you came to discover. There, in the depths below, you went through all manner of dangerous traps, challenges, terrible creatures, and reflections of yourselves, even, before eventually, I think I got it now. There it is. Yeah, it's not the same without the music. Before eventually coming to a chamber where you found some sort of a tomb itself. A sarcophagus was there. Noban had essentially been letting you do the hard work for him. Beginning to read from a tablet, the chains began to tear apart from this sarcophagus, attempting to stop him, but failing, it completed, and as such unleashed what you came to find to be the Laughing Hand. A champion, if you will, of the crawling king, Torog. In the sense of this battle, Oban seemingly was destroyed, but in those final moments called out to Yasha connecting to this past connection they seem to have and asking to avenge him. At which point, she began to be overtaken.
No.
So it was Mighty Nein versus Yasha and the Laughing Hand. The battle began to turn rapidly, and you all turned tail to flee with your lives, and through a series of very, very tight choices and tactical decisions, managed to all make it out alive, sealing the door behind you, running through the remaining dangers that led you into this chamber. And considering the terrible scenario of leaving your friend behind under the influence of this entity, you've made your way towards Bazzoxan for an evening's rest to figure out what and where the Mighty Nein are to go and do. So, as you all make your way to Bazzoxan, we'll say holding up for the evening, purchasing another night of rest at the top of the same shop, though seemingly to yourselves, at least for this particular evening. What would you like to do?
We're on one room.
And it's evening time, yes?
It is, by the time you get here, I'll say yes. It's just past dusk. The sky is turning from oranges to purples. The sun is down. The dust storms are kicking up, and there's actually a pretty heavy wind outside that you can hear whistling through bits of where the boards on the side of this general store are a bit too wide, occasionally rattling and clattering.
As we came back in, was the military presence in the town same as it was before?
Yep.
No increase, no decrease.
No increase, no decrease, and all seemingly geared towards the sealed doorway of that Bazzoxan was built around. This ancient temple that is built into this part of the Penumbra Range.
Well,
So we're heading to the Iron Forge.
Anvil.
Iron Anvil.
What's that? Oh, yeah, that's the place that you want to go. The kiln.
Yeah, that's where I think we should go next. But
And you don't have any specific reason to go there. You just have a feeling, right?
I feel like a feeling's a very specific reason.
Fair. Should we be warning people or cities about the impending doom that is about to trample its way towards the town and kill everyone inside of it?
You mentioned we were going to send a message to the Bray Queen.
We should tell everybody here what happened too.
How do we send that message?
We need to rest, I think.
Can you send tonight?
No. Not tonight.
Hold on. Are we actually talking about speaking to her directly via Jester's shit?
Yeah.
Instead of just like sending a rider?
They should know sooner than later, don't you think?
Expedience.
Yeah, sure.
Why put a middleman between us?
Okay.
I can do it in the morning. Sorry, I don't have it prepared today.
It's no bigs.
It was a lot.
I should also bring up the fact that I have this I'll take out the knife. This knife from the statue inside the cavern where we just were. This knife thing.
Dagger.
This dagger that I don't know if they can trace this to us, or maybe it's bad to have this, or maybe it's really good to have this. I don't know. I'm just bringing it up.
I think if you put it in the bag, we should be safe.
Maybe, Caleb, can you identify it, possibly?
If there is anything to be found, yeah. May I?
Yeah, please.
Take it.
Okay. Well, while the group deliberates further, I will take my 10 minutes with my book and see if there's anything to be found.
Okay. Identifying the dagger, it is indeed magical. I would hand you the paper, but you're not here.
I'll take it.
So
That's fine. That's fine.
Eager.
sorry, buddy. That's how it works out.
The Dagger of Denial, for Liam's edification. This silver...
Oh my god!
Here, why don't you read it? You're a voice actor.
What, it's like legit?
Yeah,
Yes!
it's a real thing.
It's super legit.
It's not just
Bailey,
random
do a
red fish
Caleb
by the
impression.
dagger?
No.
Do a Caleb impression, Laura.
Do German.
I can't do
it.
a German accent. No, I suck. Here, you're really
us.
good
One more
at it.
reason.
The silver
To do
stiletto
it.
blade bears intricate grooves that spiral from point to the ivory hilt and handle.
You have a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon.
What?
While attuned to this dagger, you can spend an action to place the point of the blade into any keyhole and seal it shut. It's too thick for you, but I'm doing it anyway. A keyhole sealed in this way cannot be unlocked until this dagger is placed into that keyhole once more. Attempting to seal a keyhole unseals any previous sealed keyholes.
Like, it's amazing.
It's super glue.
Where did that thing come from?
From the door we...
The statue.
No, I know, but like, what is it?
How
what's
great
its
is
origin?
it that we actually took it with us, you guys?
Oh,
Wow.
This is actually...
Use such a thing. I
this
mean,
is like a tiny.
I mean, you are probably.
I could.
Yeah.
Do you use any daggers ever?
I have a
Mark?
short sword that I sometimes use, but it's pretty weak sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to it, but if someone else needs it more than I do,
How much attunement do you have right now?
I have,
It is the
I
most
have
logical for you
availability.
to use it, not.
Yeah, do you get up close a lot?
No.
But if you do, it would be nice to have something.
Yeah.
And it also has such a
Bo
wonderful
does
use.
get up close.
Do you use pointy things?
I'm better with my fists.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you are.
Can I see it?
Not just consider it a tool, even if you don't fight with it.
Sure, I
You
can
can fight with it. It's
For
just-
locks
Yeah.
and stuff, you're right. Yeah.
Very useful.
Yeah.
Good to. I'll hang on to it for now, and if one of you guys needs it more, you can take it.
I'm assuming it does 1d4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then +2
+2.
on top of your dex. Is this a finesse weapon?
Your daggers are finesse weapons, yes.
Oh, she's looking.
Can you use
she's looking
finesse
a little
weapon?
harder now.
Maximize.
What kind of finesse weapon do you use right now? Your bow?
Bow is a
Can I
finesse
use
weapon.
finesse weapons as a
Anyone
monk?
can use a finesse weapon. It means you can use strength or dex for the
Oh, for the
attack.
Anybody can.
Anybody can use either. That's the point of a finesse
Yeah,
weapon.
you just have to be proficient to use your proficiency bonus.
Exactly. And I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's good for rogues for multiple reasons because it's a dagger. It's also, I believe, considered a monk weapon.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually good for people to get right up on them, which now used to be 3, only seems to be 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 This will be compensating a bit more.
Yeah, I think we will. Hey, Caduceus, this kiln you keep talking about, how far is it from here, do you gather?
I don't know. I've never been there.
You've never been there?
No.
You've been talking about it this whole time, like it's like...
Yeah, but he's been saying he's been searching for it.
It's somewhere I'm supposed to go.
Do you know what it looks like if you see it?
I think, well, I did this description earlier, but I believe it's northwest of us.
Is it Empire or is it Xhorhas?
I don't think it's either.
Oh,
Oh, like in between the two?
I think
above
it's
the
above
two?
it.
We're just going all
So-
off the map, all sorts of fucking sideways.
It's a mountain without snow. It's one mountain without snow amongst others.
So
with
it's a
snow.
shorty.
Well,
No, I think because of heat.
because of the heat.
Oh, that makes more sense.
And there's a like a salt plain of snow in front of it.
Oh, because it's a kiln.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's hot.
I mean, one would hope.
I understand. So it's a volcano.
Maybe.
Seems like we might need some more info before we just start walking.
Well, we.
True.
Do you have any sense of how far it might be?
No, I mean I can meditate on these things, and I've been feeling like we've been going in the right direction.
Are there any more cities north of here? I feel like we're pretty far north as it is.
I have no idea.
I mean, to get more information, it could take
Well, I
a
can
lot of time.
meditate once I've
I mean,
had
we're
rest.
here, right? And then there's fucking water. And then more fucking water.
What's this? What's that say?
I don't have a map.
Jigao.
South of us, right?
Yes.
Chicken
south
owl.
of us.
Mercer, what do we know about Jagal?
You know nothing.
I don't know nothing about Jagal.
Me neither. Do I know
You're proficient in history? Go ahead and make a history check.
Cobalt
Actually, anybody who's proficient in history, go ahead and make a check.
I don't even know why I'm looking.
18.
Roll, Liam, roll.
18. All you know of Jagao is it remains. Oh, what'd you get?
16.
16? Okay.
16.
Bo's the only one that picks up any information on this one, and what you know of it is it's primarily it's a collection of smaller villages, partially goblin-based, partially orc-based, that are very competitive, largely a fishing community.
Fishing village?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all you know.
It's a goblin and orc village, slightly competitive and mostly fishing establishments.
Why? I can hear that. I can hear God talking to us.
Good shot.
That was a good shot.
So, Caduceus.
But that's not where we're going. That's just maybe on the way.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to try to send the Bright Queen a message in the morning, right?
And then head out as soon as possible, I'd assume.
So perhaps she'll have some opinion on the matter as well.
Who, the Bright Queen? We're going to tell her where we're going?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, boy. Look.
What am I going to say? Like what? Like, oh, hey, we did this really bad thing and we're trying to fix it?
I feel like maybe that's taking responsibility for something that's not
This
necessarily
really
in our
bad
purview.
thing happened while we were standing around.
We
there.
happened to, well, we failed to stop this
Well,
really bad thing.
we
from
know
happening.
more. There is something bigger than this war at the moment. This Oban, or whoever he really is.
All of this information is sounding like a lot more than 25 words.
What?
Hey, so we unleashed a terrible evil on the northern mountain line just west of Bazozan, right?
Well, we didn't unleash it.
Sorry.
It's very
Right.
a demon,
Yep.
flying man.
The person we were sent to track.
How about an evil was
Yeah.
unleashed?
We didn't unleash it. We were unable to prevent
That's a lie.
it being unleashed.
I mean, if
Okay.
we want to call him the crawling king.
Do we mention the fact that he took Yasha?
I don't think she'll care.
No.
I think that's a.
You don't have that many words either.
How many times can you send?
Well, I could send like 4 times, but
That's kind of a waste of your
not
gift, right?
necessarily if this is important.
This thing's escaped.
I think, yeah, we should say the mountain ridge west of Bazozan, a great evil has emerged.
It had a name.
The laughing hand.
Yeah.
Laughing.
Maybe if we tell them the name, they could do some research, figure out how to stop it.
And I'm a big fan of being vague about ourselves in this scenario, so we are going to try and find a remedy in the meantime. Maybe she'll have some thoughts about sending reinforcements while we get the fuck out.
Again,
And we say nothing about why we are not returning to see our new friends and to deliberate with them.
we
We are keeping that vague as well.
we think maybe that there's an answer to stopping this thing further north.
Yeah.
Yeah, better to return with a possible solution than nothing at all, right?
Plus the amount of time it would take to even get back.
Yep.
We're already halfway there.
Well, getting back is easy. I can get us back in an instant now.
But the Bright Queen doesn't need to know that.
Well, I'm just
But if she decides she wants to help us with
You
our
could take
endeavor,
us
I would not say no
to anywhere
that help.
really fast now, Caleb?
well, I can take you home through the tower in Nicoledran, and I can take us back to Rosohna. That's all for now.
Anywhere there's a transportation sigil, circle?
That's correct. If I can see and study a circle in a new location, I can bring us there.
Wow.
I can't just go anywhere willy-nilly, but I can return to
So once
sort of
we went,
home.
we would be stuck.
That's right.
Okay.
You okay, sister?
I think I'm going to go
But
to
with
bed.
very few words to offer and keeping it vague, maybe Caduceus, you're right. We tell them that we have a lead and we are just pursuing it, but that they need to be prepared for something worse than the Empire, something different.
War between demon and angels? Because that's what it certainly feels like.
Who are the angels in this scenario?
I don't know.
We are still going on very little information.
There's a lot of celestial covering up.
At the very least, we
arcane
should also alert people in the town right now about what's going on.
Plus, if that thing is going to smash its way out, they'll be able to find where it came from, trace it back to its origin, and they'll, I'm sure, go to town on all that iconography that was everywhere.
Well, before we alert this town, why don't we call the home office first? And
In the morning.
she might say, don't tell the people in the town. I don't know. Maybe we should ask her first.
Maybe we should just.
Don't disagree.
Let's turn it in.
All right.
Great, it's
We're
been a
all
long day.
smoked. I'm super
I need to
tired
sleep.
and really bad.
We all
I
need
forgot that was my.
Okay, let's go to bed.
I was really well. I'm really tired.
I really need my cat, so I'm going to take the time before bed to return Frumkin to his feline form.
You got it.
Swollen
Okay.
eye.
So go ahead and mark off the materials for that.
Broken arm.
All right.
And,
Blood out of my mouth.
oh my god.
All right. So you okay? You
I
okay?
just saw everything reset, and it was like, it's like being like slapped in the face. Wow.
Yeah, it was.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. All right. So you guys go ahead, prepare yourselves for an evening's rest in the upper area of the ready room in Bazozen. The wind is still strong, and sleep isn't the most easy to come to you with the sound of the windstorms blowing through, swelling and then diminishing and then swelling again. The whistling, the battering, and the occasional bits of sand and dust get kicked up through the what you thought were mostly closed windows, not properly sealed. But eventually you find yourselves, through sheer exhaustion and soreness, finding a night's rest. The room itself acts like a sauna in the morning, more so now because of your post-battered experience. As you all come to consciousness, the sweaty, hot upper area of the ready room kind of is what jolts you to consciousness. But you find yourselves rested, and the day is yours.
How does the weather look?
Looking outside, the dust storms are not as strong as they were yesterday. There's a light breeze, a little cooler, which is nice. Sky is not completely clear. It's partially cloudy, but you can see blue and you can see sun.
Maybe we should move while the weather's clear.
Yeah, let's all gather in a room, shall we?
All right.
Knock around, collect everybody, and join up in Jester and Bo's room.
You're all in one big chamber.
Yeah, no, just kidding.
Wait for anyone else to leave, I guess.
Sorry, I was almost died
Yeah.
yesterday, so I'm a little loopy.
It's all good, yeah. The ready room is like a big hostel, like open space with a bunch of beds everywhere. But you guys, thankfully, were the only ones that were staying there the night before, so there's nobody else in here that's an issue.
Nice.
I'm gonna go kind of peek out the door, look down the stairs, see if anyone's listening.
Okay. Make a perception check.
16.
16. Okay. You're keeping watch.
I will actually go. Will you be okay in here?
Yeah, it's a room.
All right, I'm gonna head downstairs and just keep an eye out in case our. I don't even want to say the words. In case our friend made it out and followed our tracks this way. I'm sure that's not possible. Just be safe.
You mean followed us here to kill us all?
Well, I mean, we did kind of walk through terrible wasteland. And I know it's been pretty windy, so hopefully the tracks are gone. But I just
She
feel
knows
better.
where we are, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, she would know where to find us.
That's assuming we don't have something better to do.
I'll
That's
go out and
assuming
keep an
she's-
eye
Yeah,
out.
maybe you should keep watch.
If you see a bunch of Eldritch blasts coming through the roof, it's time to turn up. Okay.
All right, so you're keeping an ear for the two proprietors of the locale. You're actually outside of the establishment. Make a perception check for me.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, welcome back.
4.
4. Okay. You feel pretty. You feel pretty confident that you're keeping a close watch. All right. So while they're keeping watch, what would the rest of you like to do?
It's time to send some messages.
Yeah, of course.
You know what you're gonna say?
No.
Cool. Do you want a drink?
No.
I'm gonna have one.
Okay.
Remember, you still have Yasha back in Rosohna.
Oh, I know.
Literally just sitting at home, the house that you were given, waiting.
We'll see how many messages this takes first.
Okay, I'm gonna send a message to the Bright Queen.
All right.
We tracked that guy. We followed him into a cave. A great evil was unleashed. The Laughing Hand. My friend was taken.
West of Bazozan.
West of Bazozan.
Very rapidly, Bright Queen responds. There is a crypticness to your message. Seemingly bad news, whereas I'd hoped to give you good. Where are you now?
I'll send a second message.
Are we going to tell her?
She's the only one that heard that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
We're going to tell her where we are.
Oh, no. Look. Oh, okay. I'm not there.
Should I tell her where we are?
I mean...
You remember Terminator 2? For the
Should I tell her
payphone?
where we are?
She probably has the power to be here. She probably has the power to come here instantly.
Why would we act like we did something wrong?
I didn't
Didn't we?
say we did anything
didn't.
wrong.
How does it look?
What did we do wrong?
We promised that we
assumed-
would take care of business in the capital. We failed, and we failed up here as well.
We are still Empire shitbags too, trying to prove ourselves. But you're right, we didn't do anything wrong. It's just
failure.
the
We
optics.
failed when we promised that we would.
So this is the moment to start
poorly,
lying.
But we are trying to build a relationship with her and these people.
Yeah.
And I think maybe honesty is the smarter play.
I send a message.
Okay.
This is the only moment honesty's worth anything.
We're in Bazozan. We are planning to head north. We think there might be a solution there. The Laughing Hand is really bad. I'm really sorry.
Should we tell people?
I didn't ask that.
There is a little more of a pause in the response to this. I would hope for more information on this.
I don't have all the words.
How soon can you return?
Oh.
I mean,
This should be discussed in person.
technically, we could return instantly.
Technically. Do I have to let
Mom
her
wants
know
us
that?
to come home. What do we do?
I don't know.
She's expressed her request. I don't think we have to answer. We either come back or we don't.
She asked how soon we can be back. That's an open question that
Well,
they
if
should
we did-
probably respond to because she's a queen.
Well, if you want to offer a return, you have to tell her 24 hours because I did not prepare it.
It's going to take some time, I'm going to say. It's just going to take some time.
Gonna take some patience and time
At least a day, that's what I'd say.
to
Maybe
do
this
it.
is a.
Do it.
Whole lot of spending money.
I feel like maybe we've all been avoiding the inevitable and maybe not talking about our priorities, and we're all a group of assholes who like running from things.
Am I going to tell her all this?
No, this is just me.
Don't say this part out loud.
Thinking out loud.
This is a think tank right now. Circle of trust.
I don't know.
I mean, we want to fix this, yeah? That's our priority. Yeah?
We're being offered an opportunity to show faith, to show trust.
I agree.
Faith and trust in a woman and an army who are building giant war machines to send to kill people in the Empire.
I think we
We
go
have
north.
tried multiple times to try to convince her to turn away from the course she's on, and just fucking off is not going to help that case.
Exactly.
I think we go back. I want to go north so badly.
I think if we go back, she's going to put us in prison.
I don't think she's going to.
Gosh, anything on the dusty horizon?
Occasional plumes of kicked up sand, a few of the wandering Korean soldiers just keeping watch, not showing much acknowledgement towards you. It's a hotter day out here, so most folks that would normally be perusing the city seem to be keeping to the shade, especially since a large portion of the drow here aren't big fans of direct sunlight. But it seems a lazier day in Basso's.
Pretty far horizon and nothing like, oh, I don't know, the size of a huge steroidal linebacker lumbering towards our direction.
At the moment, no.
Okay, great. I'll head back inside and go upstairs.
Okay. Ford joins you.
I think we've
During this whole conversation, Frumpkin has been going from member of the Mighty Nein to member and just rubbing against one of the ankles and then going on to the next. And the next, and just trying to keep things
Comfort.
chill.
You got it.
I think if we run, that's how you end up in prison. I don't mean to raise my voice.
What did I walk into?
Am I the only person here who doesn't instantly assume that they're
really
the bad guy?
That they? You mean
Us.
us?
I mean, is anybody else here actually had any experience being just trusted and doing the right thing? Is this so alien?
I mean, yeah. I think for a lot of us, Caduceus.
We've got to go back. I want to go north, but we have to
think-
show faith.
He's right. The only reason to run is to never come back, and we are trying to build something here.
We can never come back if we run.
Well, regardless, if you tell her, we can be back as early as tomorrow. It still gives us a day to putz around here and maybe warn some folks and do some recon.
Okay.
So can we just game this out for 1 second? We go back. We tell the Bright Queen that while trying to track someone for her, we help to unleash a great evil that might fucking wipe
We don't
out
have
this
to
entire... Let me finish. This continent, okay? We're going to then ask to go out and pursue another lead of another thing that might help the situation. And she's going to say, what? Yeah, go for it. You're not going to unleash terrible demon presence number 2?
May I perhaps offer a slightly different perspective on the last 24 hours? Yeah. We walked into something we couldn't possibly have been prepared for. That was far beyond us. If we had had triple the number of us, we would have been hopelessly overwhelmed and witnessed something that was inevitable, and are giving them time to prepare for this thing that was coming with or without us. Goodness. We gave them a lead, and we have another lead, and there's no sense at this point of stopping anything that might save this.
That is true.
You know Oban used us.
Oban used us though. How?
That last door doesn't get open without us. He waited for us. He baited us.
Of course he did.
Yeah, we got used.
Of course we got used.
That thing doesn't come without us. It stays in there.
Why
he
did
would
the
have found
last door
another
open
way.
without us? Why wouldn't the last door open?
We defeated a lot of different traps and monsters to
what
get
if
there.
I think he would have just done it by
He would
himself.
have been able to defeat them. It's not like he wasn't super powerful on his own. He just didn't want to waste the effort.
I think he wanted to watch us do it because he enjoyed it.
It doesn't matter. It's.
He'd have gone in and he would have said that chant, and nobody would have been there to stop him.
This sounds like a trial that I feel like we're going to have if we go back.
It's all about the narrative that we present, though. We told the Bright Queen that we had pretty strong evidence that this spy or scout was from the Empire, and that was true. That was the information that we were working off of. We simply tell her that the case ended up being much worse and he was a spy of a different kind, and we don't have to mention anything about Yasha's history. We don't have to talk about her again.
What if she asks?
We lost her.
We lost her.
lost her, and we are the ones with the information. We are the ones who are able to suss this out. We are the ones who found this man and witnessed what we witnessed. No one in Rosohna did. We did. And that's how we play this.
And Ford, not to be super selfish, but I do have the sneaking suspicion that if we run, she might find and kill my husband. I don't know. Maybe.
No, you're right. Look, if it's what everybody wants to do, we'll go back. Prison's not what I'm worried about. I thought we could get out of it in the first place. I'm sure we're a bunch of talented individuals that will make do.
The only shred of guilt I feel about anything that we've done in the last 24 hours is losing a friend. Everything else, I know I did my best.
I feel a little guilty about my ego. I feel like we all knew we were walking into a trap and thought we could beat it.
Well,
Yasha knew she was going into something. She kept saying it.
it's a terrible lesson learned.
Message her back and say tomorrow.
And ask if we should warn the town about what happened.
Or who we should warn in town. That will give us a more concrete direction.
It's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. Our main goal is to convince her that this is bigger than the war that she is currently obsessed with. I think as long as we keep that as our main prerogative, we don't have to make it personal.
Message.
Yeah! Fire it up!
Sorry, that took a while.
That's one word.
Wow.
We can be there as soon as tomorrow. Yes, there's a lot to talk about in person.
Who should we warn?
Should we tell anyone here? And who?
Ooh, nice.
One day is sufficient. Don't warn anyone yet. We need to ensure this information is framed correctly to avoid hysteria. We look forward to your return.
Sufficient.
She said don't tell anyone.
She said, don't tell anyone. Last thing, and then I will truly put it to bed. Does that not freak anyone else out just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
There's a lot about her that freaks me out.
Right, we've been talking about subterfuge, maybe spies, maybe double-sided spies, maybe trying to unleash something on our own place, maybe trying to incite a war. I mean, look, I'm not the smartest man around, but that reeks of terrible. Not even send the armed guard out to set a perimeter, investigative force, check it out.
What if she doesn't trust the people in charge of this city? What if she doesn't... Maybe there's someone here that she thinks might be allied with the evil forces. We are close to this weird temple gate thing, right?
Maybe, but
She could be starting to wonder who she can trust.
in one day, that creature can go any direction and cover any amount of distance. And
I feel like if it goes too far out of its cave, that rock is going to find it. And we'll be fine.
right,
It's going to be fine. Still looking for a meal out
I had
there.
forgot about the rock.
Yep, the rock's going to get it for us.
No, I feel better.
Not the bird, the actual
You're just a big
performer.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes.
DJ's coming.
Ford, I think it is a gamble. It's not unreasonable.
But what do we do for 23 and a half hours now? Should we walk around and look at all the people who might die tomorrow?
Do we obey her? Or do we maybe just speak a little more loudly than we should at the pub tonight?
I'm a fan of educating these innocent individuals that may be incurring the wrath of a giant laughing death machine if we don't give them a heads up to maybe wander out and give it a look.
We don't have to say the laughing hand is coming. We could say, oh, I heard some crazy monsters be coming.
Yep. Sure.
Well, better hide your kids.
Yep, hide your wife.
So in case she already doesn't trust us enough, we are definitely going to do something she specifically said not to do.
How about we just walk around and get a lay of the land? Maybe these people aren't worth saving. We haven't even met them yet. I mean, they could all be assholes or something.
I mean, honestly, I don't give a fuck who we are with. I don't care if it's the Empire. I don't care if it's Xhorhas. I don't care.
What does matter? What if these men have families? What if they're in danger? What if what we could say could help?
What if we don't fully understand what's going on right now?
Well, I would be willing to lay money down on that one, that we don't.
I'll take that.
So let's not go off half-cocked.
Half-cocked, I like that.
I could use this.
Yeah.
You're a good guy.
Thanks.
What would a good guy do?
I'm so tired right now.
We just woke up.
It's been a long day.
You said you don't feel like a bad guy.
I don't.
And you didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong.
You didn't.
Is a good guy loyal to a queen, or is a good guy loyal to protecting
Should I
citizens?
scry on Yasha?
Ooh, that's a question.
We're certainly going to be hanging around for most of the day.
Let's wait till the end of the day.
What if maybe she's, still in the cave? What if her and the Laughing Hand haven't even gotten out and then we don't have to warn anyone?
What if they see you?
Or can they do that?
Of course they can do that.
Well, then she'll know she's not alone there. And it's okay.
I don't know if it's entirely her right now, but...
Do it, Jester.
Sometimes it's okay to not know what's happening. And when you don't know what's happening, it's all right to sometimes submit to somebody with a higher perspective. And I follow a higher perspective on it as often as I can, and right now we're being offered a slightly more mortal, higher perspective.
I don't know.
If we had information that contradicted it, if we had other ideas, I would say that's one thing, but simply just deciding that authority should be disavowed because it's authority seems reckless.
Well, you're
I think
right.
that's the only problem anyone really has with her at this point.
I think you're right. Having information would help. So I would be okay with you checking in on Yasha.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Okay. So you're going to go ahead and perform a scry ritual on Yasha.
I fucking this level bell early in the morning.
Strangely enough, that's exactly the incantation you require to scry. Okay. Your neck still kind of has a little crink in it from how you slept the night before. As you sit there and prepare your scry ritual, here in kind of the warm interior of the elevated, almost attic space, you feel a cool breeze kind of pass over your shoulders as that familiar sense of the traveler with you kind of leans forward and says, "Let's see what she's doing." And kind of you feel his hands go over your eyes, and kind of a darkness peekaboo type sensation as his fingers pull back. You're now looking within a darker cavern, and you can see Yasha sitting on her knees, eyes closed, meditating. Similar to how you are in your scry, but not the same type of ritual. And you watch her there quietly for a few minutes. And there's a bit of light under her chin, like a reddish-orange firelight. It kind of flickers brighter and brighter. And you kind of try and glance out of the periphery of that scope of the scry position. You can see that flame blurred, but growing brighter and brighter before it manages to flash Yasha opens her eyes. You can see the dead stare, intense. The clenched jaw turns into a grin. You see a red-skinned hand come out from where the flame was that touches her shoulder. And a voice say, "Very good. Thank you for your patience. Now, this has been one fine reunion. Let's go see if we can find the others." And then he turns around and begins to walk away. She stands up and begins to follow. And as the end of the scry spell's length begins to peter out, you can hear the looming footsteps of the laughing hand. At which point the fingers curl once more around your eyes. And you feel them pull back, and you find yourself once more within the store's elevated floor. The traveler kind of pulling away and just gently whispering, "We should talk. It's been a bit."
Did you see where she was?
I didn't see where she was.
It's outdoors, indoors.
What if she was bad, you guys? What if she was bad the whole time?
I mean,
She wasn't.
I'm not sure.
I am.
She brought him back.
What?
Bro, who
That
back?
guy, Owen, he's back. He's back. And they are going to find their friends or something.
I give Jester a hug.
We don't know. There's just too much we don't know. We did not know her entirely. Maybe she's beyond saving. Jester, we don't know.
You sure he's back?
He's back. I saw him. Oh.
How's that?
He came out of a fire. I don't know. He's.
DM, through reading about history and arcane, would Caleb know if a fella like that would just be able to respawn like my Fae?
I would say from your experience and studies, and actually you having some religious studies as well at that time. Although, are you trained?
I am
Yes,
trained
you
in
are.
religion.
Certain fiends, usually of considerable power, who either are oriented or began in one of the various outer planes, whether it be the abyss, the nine hells, or have become bound to it strongly, can only truly be killed when on their home plane. Otherwise, their death is a temporary convenience, where they recorporate on their home plane, and depending on their capabilities, are able to return relatively quickly.
So it's clear that he lost his flesh suit, went home, and has already returned,
Yeah.
More or less.
based on his story.
Didn't actually kill him.
And did you see any details of where she was? Like in the cave, indoors, outdoors?
It was dark. It looked so. There weren't any defining characteristics of it. It looked familiar, similar to the same location that you've been trudging through. From best that you can tell, because it looked more earthen and open, it wasn't part of the king's cage interior itself. So in the time that you were resting for the evening, they've traveled nearer to the entrance.
Oh.
They're still in the cave, though. I think.
Oh.
But they're out of the
They're
door.
coming here.
Or something. No.
No, they're coming here.
Well, no. He said.
He said he was going
go
to
get
find
the others.
his friends.
I know. But they're coming here.
How do you feel about that authority now?
Well, now we have information.
I've never been one to really respect the perspective of authority. I've always trusted my own perspective.
I think we know that about you.
Which is why I'm so complimented that you take the time to respect my opinion on the matter.
I'm trying.
But
I'm getting better.
we now have new information.
The Bazazan is connected to mountains that are some sort of temple.
On the mountain range here, the Penumbra Range, this northern side of it, Bazazan is built around what's referred to as the Umbra Gates. It was an old temple from the Calamity that was attempting to be retrofitted when they were building the city, and then discovered that elements of its deep interior still had connections to the Abyss.
Remember, there's like tunnels underneath, and
So there's the main
Probably going there.
the main door is how far away from us right now?
It's from where you're right now in the ready room, I'd say about close to 1,000 feet, if not more.
Why don't we go there? Check it out.
The door that's about to crack open when this thing comes out of it?
No. What thing?
That's where they're heading. Is the
Yes,
main door.
where they're going to.
Is 1,000 feet from us right
Yeah,
now.
let's go there and see how. Let's see how
Wait, you want
well secured
to?
it is.
yeah, I'm
we've
on
seen
board.
it.
I'm down.
I kind of want to tell people and leave, to be honest.
We've seen it. We haven't seen it.
We did, didn't we?
No,
You saw it from a distance, but you
Okay.
didn't approach it
no, we
directly.
haven't been there. We don't know what it is.
Big bad shit under there. Big bad shit.
That's going to be here any minute.
Well, it'll take a hot second for them to get here.
They have
They've been traveling all.
No, she just scried on them. They're still in the cave. They're 5 miles away and inside
What?
the cave.
No. The
No.
cave probably connects the whole way.
That's still 5
They've been
miles
walking.
away. Okay.
Because there was another
To the
passage.
doorway.
I thought it had caved in on one side near the entrance, and then the
It had caved in, and then the other seemed to eventually trail off into a very, very extensive slope.
Oh, we didn't go that way.
No, because it seemed to go beyond a 45-degree angle. And
Shit, balls.
So-
okay.
So Caduceus, you're saying this thing might come out of this cavern, and you think we should just run away before it does?
I think it is going to come out of this cavern, and
You don't want to warn anyone?
I'm happy
see
to
any
warn
of it?
people.
You just want to run away.
What do you want to do?
I want to go see what it is. We don't even know what this portal is. It could be heavily fortified.
It is heavily fortified.
We haven't been there.
We've seen it from a distance,
We
but we
need
can
to
go
tell
look.
them
But-
not to puncture the laughing hand, not to hit him or cause him any bodily harm.
Realistically, none of these people should probably even fight Oban and the Laughing Hand.
Yep.
They should just let them
And-
go.
Yep.
We also don't want to send warning, say, hey, shit's coming, and then send a bunch of soldiers to their death who are underprepared.
No, this Oban, whoever he is a being of significant power. If he was able to return immediately, almost. This is beyond these people's dealing, probably. The Bright Queen and her echelon should be focusing on this. I know that it feels wrong to keep these people in the dark, but both our relationship with her and her ability with us to address the situation could be compromised in ways that we cannot predict if we set this place abuzz.
So, real simple question, right? Show of hands. Obey the Bright Queen, yes or no? No means we go check out the gate, we go to the kiln, we do anything else but go back. Do we obey the Bright Queen? Raise your hand.
Yes.
It's too big.
I don't think that.
Majority wins. We're going back.
Sure, we still have a day. We could walk over to the gate and just look at it.
We can
I don't
walk over.
know why.
We can walk over and look at it,
Sure,
but I
let's
would
go.
want to get out of town real quick.
You think we're coming back?
The gate is right here in the city.
It's 1,000 feet away. We could just walk over and just look, and
Oh,
then.
I thought you meant once it goes,
No, we're
where it
gonna-
goes down. and under.
No. The gate that opens up onto the city where they probably will exit and kill everyone in the town.
Let's do it.
all right. You guys gather your things. You exit the ready room, head out into the kind of warm. You've all been sweating a bit, even this early in the morning. It's uncomfortable. You head out into the bright sun. You can see some of the guards, specifically the drow, are trying to jump from awning to basically just stay out of the light as much as possible. You do notice that the guard presence is increasing. There is movement. There are soldiers that are now starting to work towards the perimeter of the city. And you do see there seems to be a little more liveliness based on the lazier morning that you first were keeping an eye on, Ford. As you approach, you do see the gargantuan set of black doors, hewn from dark stone inlaid with copper and silver details. They are closed, seemingly sealed, with a large barricade of steel rigging that has been bolted across the entirety of the entryway, and a large crisscross. A smaller temporary entrance is closely guarded to the right of this massive, impressive gateway. You can see right now it looks to be probably close to 36 soldiers are currently stationed directly around the gate in that smaller entranceway. You can see there are numerous bridges that are bolted up that eventually climb up, meeting other very sheer stairways that are kind of partially pushing out of the cliff face that meet the base of other portions of the stone and rock that then transform into smaller towers, portions of this ancient temple that was built within the side of this mountain. As you guys approach, you can see soldiers kind of arming up, just kind of taking a perimeter around the gate as well. And as you begin to walk, one of them you can see is a hefty bugbear wearing a breastplate, adorned similarly to the general cream armor designs that you're used to seeing, approaches and goes, "Halt, sorry. There's no one close to the gate today."
What's happening at the gate today?
We got word from the Bright Queen to keep an eye.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Because of danger?
No specifics, but we were notified of possible flare-ups and incursions.
All right.
When was the when was the last incursion?
The incursions happen almost weekly here.
Oh.
When did the Bright Queen send word?
I am uncertain specifically.
Because I said the Bright Queen, it was funny.
Very different NPC. Forget, long may he reign.
Bright Queen.
I got my orders about maybe a half an hour ago.
Okay.
Excuse me, I also have a question for you.
As soon as when you make yourself known, Caleb,
I'm pulling out the necklace as I say that.
Okay, the bugbear kind of goes into a defensive stance and looks at you with a glare, and then looks over the symbol you hold out, and still remains defensive and untrusting, but doesn't seem to make any aggressive action.
Yeah, I know it is highly odd. This happens a lot. It's a quick question, and we'll be out of your hair. I imagine people are able to travel here quickly from Rosohna if need be. Do you know of, or can you send me to anyone to inquire after a teleportation circle here? Does one exist?
Not within Bazuzan, no. Those are usually relegated to the bigger city.
No.
We're just an outpost these days. My apologies. And just keeps staring at you, confused by both the question and what the hell is a human with a Zemnian accent holding a symbol of the Bright Queen out here in the middle of the barbed fields.
I'll take out my Bright Queen symbol as well and say, we are here to assist her in her efforts. She's very useful to us. I know, not normally welcome, but we mean well.
All right. Well, anyway, we have to go about our business. If there's anything, you see anything funny, just make sure to tell one of the soldiers nearby.
Okay.
You have magical defenses against things that come out of there, or is it just armed guards?
No, we have all sorts of defenses. Not my specialty. I'm more in the infantry units here at the front of the gate, but we have all sorts, and he gets the point, and you can see now areas where these ladders have been situated and bolt in those cliff faces. As he's pointing up in the region, you can see there are soldiers that have these large, intricate-looking ballista. For as far as the weaponry and how it's designed, it doesn't appear to be just a standard type of ballista. It has some strange, almost like a bluish crystalline tube that is put in towards the front, and the individuals that are currently manning it are assembling some sort of ammunition that you don't recognize.
Do they look like Waco design?
From what you've seen, it could very well be the case.
About how many men are stationed?
Right now, since you've arrived and a few more have come, you're now probably about 40 or so soldiers that are right here outside of the gate. including the ones that's maybe like 10 of those. So there's 30 at the front, and then 10 that are up on the face of the main gate. You don't know how many are further up on the cliff face, and there are others that are, taking a perimeter around the city, as well as a secondary force behind this front line.
Are we good here?
I am.
Yeah, this is helpful. Guess we'll just go get a drink and wait out the next 22 hours.
I'd like to get on the road.
I think we're teleporting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to spend a day here.
What if they come out and then we die anyway?
If they come out, Yasha would be with them, and I would want to be here.
They come out, we just fight them some more.
They come out.
They come out of the doorway.
Of course they're going to come out of the doorway.
They're gonna kick their ass.
That's not.
There's a chance that we could grab Yasha and run if there was a melee.
She's not Yasha anymore.
No.
Not right
We
now.
have to stop referring to her like she hasn't become something else.
Getting her back is going to require more than just grabbing her.
Right now, she is definitely the orphan maker.
Right now, it's just a death trap. We've got to leave. If we have any hope of saving her, we got to leave.
We can't get there any faster, right? Caleb, you can't do your thing till tomorrow, right?
No, I need to study. I'm sorry.
No.
But I think if we're here, I think they're going to attack. They're going to see us, and we're going to become the target.
Maybe you should just, stick that dagger or something in the doorway there, and then we can leave.
Sure.
Give a little extra protection
Seems
or
like there's
something.
more than one door, right? There's a big
I
door
don't
and a
know.
small door.
Probably just.
The small door, it's more of an entryway that's guarded. You don't see like an actual door, though you're not sure if there's one further in. It's mostly blocked off from what you can see from this distance. The larger door, and it's two heavy doors, standing about, I'd say, close to 30 feet tall, bottom to top. There's detailing and sculpture on the doors. You can see like a scene of somewhat abstract action, like shapes comprised of bones and faces and creature-like forms, ranging from human to animal, all like twisted across the surface. Looks like a sizable chunk of its bottom region has been defaced and chiseled away, like an attempt to remove a design left abandoned partially.
Any sort of imagery that we would recognize?
You can make an Arcana or Religion check.
I'll get in on that.
Okay.
Me too.
Ditto.
10.
25
One.
Arcana check.
15. Yeah, dude.
What'd you get, Caleb?
25.
25.
25. All right. Ford and Caleb.
Wow.
You guys recognize that the depiction of this door represents a demon lord from the abyss, specifically the massive bestial body of the horned king Baphomet. He appears to be walking along a broken land, an army of malformed creatures swarming around him. A long snake-like creature borders the doors with a single arm protruding from the right side just above the ruined portion of the relief where it's all broken and carved away in like a 15-foot section end to end.
No. Oh, fucking shit. Okay.
Do we know any more detail on Baphomet? Other than that's who this is depicted.
I mean, as one of the demon lords, generally the master of beasts and beast form demons and such. I can give you a more detailed rundown later via email.
Okay.
Yeah, give you some more. But the 25, you get a little more of a rundown on that. So I'll send that to you.
Can I propose something?
Yeah.
If we can't teleport till tomorrow, and as much as we would love to get on the road, it's not going to close the distance that much more. If these poor fucks are actually going to be on the other side of this door when that shit comes through, I would at least like to tell them to run or not cut into the thing or whatever. Maybe nothing happens and maybe we stay. Maybe we just need to see what plays out. Either way, we should stay here until we're ready to go in the morning and just see what happens. Best case scenario, nothing does and we're out, lickety-split, we're going back to the Bright Queen and seeing what's what. But if it comes through, we could save lives.
What if then, as a compromise, one of us, yourself, who are good at disguising ourselves. You are the perfect choice because of your knack for accents. Slip into the barracks and disguise as one of the guards, or whatever shithole passes as a tavern here, and you spread the rumor that this is the big one, the worst that you've heard of, and that way it just starts among the soldiers here.
I'd be okay with that.
A whisper campaign.
We're good at those.
Yeah.
Worked last time.
Totally. Every time. It's always worked.
Were you around?
I probably was. I just don't remember.
You said there was ghosts on the pier.
Oh god, there were ghosts on the pier.
Oh, that's
Haunted pier.
yeah. Yeah. You want to do it for?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Miss that haunted pier.
Okay.
Okay. So
Is there a tavern around?
there is
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like I'm going to throw.
actually no. The closest thing there is to a tavern in this vicinity is a ready room, aside from the actual military barracks itself.
This
like
is-
most of the city,
Worst town ever.
it's pretty rough.
Barracks then?
This thing's about to be white.
Yeah. I know.
This is Blythe, California. No,
Terrible.
for 3 viewers in Blythe, I apologize. You've got one good restaurant, and you know you've only got one good restaurant.
Terrible feeling about this.
Do you want to go in the barracks then?
And no way I got caught there once.
Yeah. If you want me to meet you back in the ready room, I'll be back in just a bit.
I think we want to stay around here in case we see some
Oh, sure.
action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
find
just-
my way back.
Okay.
Just sit here in the road.
All right. So you guys are taking the day just keeping an eye on the Umbra gates and the whole penumbra range visage before
Set
you.
up a sad little picnic on the side.
The saddest little jester picnic.
Saddest little
Maybe
Jester
because we
picnic.
have our medallions and we know Professor Wacko, maybe we can find out what that munition is they're using,
Okay.
just in case that helps.
You want to go ask around?
Well, sure. Should I be a soldier too?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do that too. I'll find a place to hide and turn into a soldier.
Okay.
Same.
I'm going to go looking for crossbow bolts
Okay.
because I have 8.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna-
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to stay looking at the gate, but also pay attention to the weather.
Got it. Good to know. Okay. So taking this in order, you going for your search and crossbow bolts. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Stealth.
And
I'm not trying to steal them.
Oh,
or anything.
okay.
I'm trying to go buy them.
Whoa.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Character development.
That's true. I mean, not steal them?
I apologize for assuming.
I would steal them if I knew. I don't even know where to go that they would have any.
I'm going to steal them. I
Yeah.
just need to.
Well, the ready room you were there last. Like the upper floor is kind of that makeshift hostel. The lower floor is a massive general store. It's like a warehouse. It's
Great.
comprised as like a, whatever you need, we got it kind of a feel.
Oh, that's right. For
most-
very expensive prices.
Yeah, well, varying. But they do have crossbow bolts for sale if you want to purchase
Great,
them.
I'll just go buy some.
Okay. Hello.
That's exactly the sound he makes, too.
It breaks stealth every time. Okay, so just looking real fast for crossbow bolts.
I renamed it.
Bolts.
Oh no, I have 5 left.
Oh, shit. I'm going to say just for the sake of... there we go, I found it. We'll say for 20 of them, it's 2 gold.
Take 80.
There you go.
That's right. It's the
8
Ruddy
gold
Poon
pieces.
now.
The Ruddy Poon?
Yeah, I changed the name on the sign. Remember?
Yep, and I do not believe anybody has noticed or has taken the time to...
Okay. I actually like that name better.
All right. All right, perception check for you. Don't mind, Beauregard?
Did you get it? Yeah. See what happens? Perception check?
Yes.
Oh, it was almost a natural 20.
No.
11.
Okay, so 11 will be your keeping a watch on both the weather and just the general front of the
That's
gate.
true.
Jester,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I'm going to look like. Are there any? There's no goblins here. It's what? It's mostly drow and what?
Bless you. Actually, they're in spending an hour or so kind of looking over the populace. There are maybe a dozen or so goblins out of the, would say, a couple hundred people that you've seen over the past hour.
I feel like that would be
So
noticeable.
they're present, but they're not,
They're not common.
not primary.
I'm gonna just make myself into a drow
Okay.
dude. Do I see any female soldiers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then I'm staying as chick.
Okay.
And then I'll just have the regular armor on. You know, like a couple. I'm gonna braid my hair. It's going to be white.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to go towards the ballista thingies.
Okay. So you approach. There's a ladder that leads up to one of them. One of the first ones that you saw. It's about a 20 or so foot climb to the platform that it's affixed to.
Is there anybody on the ground, or is it?
There are
just...
2 soldiers flanking the sides of the ladder.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to them.
Okay.
Oh, hello. I see we've got our ballistas ready.
We have them prepared. Yes.
From good old Waco.
They kind of look at each other. And you are.
No.
As their eyes narrow in your direction.
Pick it up.
I'm sorry.
Pick it up.
Nancy McFancy Pants.
Seems like a real name.
Pronounced McFancy Pants.
Family. Oh, family came from the Far East.
And where do you hold your position within this soldier brigade?
Oh, I just transferred here from Rosohna, actually.
Make a deception check.
Jesus.
Oh man.
Wow, that was actually surprisingly good. 21.
Really? They both seem less on guard and more like just confused and probably a little bit sad that your name happens to be what it is. So an empathetic kind of brow furrow makes its way in your direction. Well, yes, these are Waco's design. Yes.
What did they do again? I just transferred. I don't know anything.
As far as I know, they are partially constructed from something recovered up north in Isocross.
Ooh, that's a pretty. Oh, I think that's a pretty magical place.
Yeah, it prevents or provides its own ammunition. Shoots variations of arcane attacks.
She's really smart.
That's what they tell me. I have not met her in person. But
I have. She's got one task that goes like straight into.
Interesting. So, can we help you?
Oh yeah,
Defensive
I was supposed to operate it, but you know, if you don't want me to or something, I understand.
We are. Make another deception check.
Oh, you walk
no,
up
that
to the
one's
jet.
real
You're
bad.
trying to fly the jet.
8.
Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm. We have been assigned to handle this particular ballista. However, word is to keep a close eye on the perimeter. So perhaps you are better used maybe on the eastern bank of Bazozan.
Perimeter. You got it.
Of course. McFancy Pants.
See you in the battle that's probably coming. Seriously, though, be careful, you guys, because it could be kind of bad and stuff.
Of course. It always is.
All right. Don't shoot anything with a bunch of mouths. Okay, goodbye.
As you turn around, you can hear behind you go, who the fuck was that? I don't know, but I'm far too sober for this.
I learned so much.
Yes, you did.
Alrighty. Caduceus, you do anything?
Yeah, I'm doing a couple things. I'm actually, if I've got a minute, I'm going to cast Legend Lore.
Legend lore. Okay. On what?
Fuck is that?
On that ridiculous 2 pieces of sword that I have.
Oh, okay. Do you have the material components for it?
Yes, I do. It's a lot of weird ivory and...
Okay. I need to go through my notes on this one.
Ivory and weird bits I had to... Incense I had to pick up for that.
Okay. Where do you go in and do this ritual?
I see all of this happening. I'm going to go back up into the room for a minute, sit down, set up, make a little setup, put the sword in front of me, and maybe, hopefully, get a glimpse as to what I'm supposed to do next. I have some theories, and I just want to see if I'm on the right track.
Okay. You go ahead and get partway through it, and you hear like climbing up the ladder that leads to the second point. You see this kind of middle-aged, big, bushy, bearded orc kind of comes up and goes,
Oh, you look like you're in the middle of something.
Thaumaturgy, I'm going to turn in just the blackest eyes.
I'm going to leave you to it.
and just like slowly leaves the chamber.
Closed doors.
Like the hatch slaps over. All right. As you complete the ritual, the smell of the incense mingling with kind of the sweat-dried wood around you on the floor here. It fills your nose, your eyes sting, and the warmth overtakes you. Not the heat, but the warmth, a familiar comfort. At which point, you don't hear a voice, but a series of images and emotions convey what almost seems like a montage of moments through time, through history. And the best that you can, that your brain, that your mind can interpret these images, say, this blade was once known as Dweth Var, the Star Razor.
Write it down, write it down!
You can see the blade itself now before you, set upon a stone tablet, itself glowing with runes across the center of it. A weapon forged through a union of 2 acolytes, of Melora and Sehanin, during the Age of Arcanum. It carries the blessing of the fiercest full moon and starlit night. Recovered by the elves and dwarves of Uthodurn, it was reforged and strengthened under the skilled work of the dwarven smith Dulgrim Smeltborn, before it was sundered in a terrible battle deep within the ruins of Malaesmere, within the Savalir Wood. The pieces have since been recovered as historical relics, trading hands through traveling merchants and smugglers, then lost through time.
Until now.
And at that point, the visions subside.
Yeah.
We're going to the kiln. Going to the kiln.
Savalir Wood.
Elves of Uthadorn.
The Savalir Wood is the forest in which you grew up,
Oh,
in the Graying Wildlands.
oh. It's meant for you.
I don't think it's meant for me.
It's maybe meant for somebody else.
I have Dwethvar?
I'm going to be the jerk who just watches the playback on Monday and then
Oh
go
yeah,
sit
that's
down.
actually that's smarter.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna be the jerk that just looks at crit roll stats.
Here, I'll
Yeah,
spell it for you.
even better.
I'm sure people will want clarification as well. DWUETH apostrophe VAR, because that's how Elvish works.
Yeah.
Yay!
EAR?
VAR.
DWUETH apostrophe VAR.
V is in Victor.
Yes.
Pretty sure I'm still spelling it wrong.
That's fine.
Dwethvar.
With Var, the Star Razor.
Dwethvar.
Great.
Yeah.
Your ritual is complete.
That was an expensive thing, but it was worth it.
Did you just use your 5th level?
Yep, that was my 5th level.
Worth it.
Yep.
Alrighty.
That was so
I'm
expensive.
gonna make my way back to Bo.
Okay.
Bo,
What happened?
I did such a bad job. I mean, I learned that that thing was like, okay, it was Wako, yeah? And it uses like magical ammunition, and they got the supplies from the north, which I think is interesting. That's where we want to go for the kiln, right? So isn't it supposed to be like someplace really like...
Maybe it's super magical. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. But
But the elves live there, right?
yeah, maybe it's elven or something.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But what do you mean you did bad?
Like, I don't know. Like, I was all over the place with my accent. Ford would have been so disappointed in me.
Well,
Like, I could see it in their face. And then I almost said my name was Drowy McFancypants, and then I realized that I shouldn't say, and so I said Nancy?
Drowy?
That's just seriously.
wait. But you still kept the McFancy Pants part? You were Nancy
yeah.
McFancy Pants? Is that what it was?
Oh my god, this is so much better when you say it.
Wait, is
Sorry.
the McFancy Pants part the bad part? I thought Nancy was.
Oh, I don't. You know, is there like a long lineage of fancy pants in the
I don't
region?
know, that's always just the name that I went with. Is that not... Maybe I should not go with that one?
I feel like I had a clown come to my birthday once that was named like something McFancy Pants, so I don't know.
So it's been said before.
By no one taken seriously.
Oh.
But it's been like a long week. And you shouldn't be hard on yourself. And you especially shouldn't be hard on yourself for not doing accents, you know? Like, Ford's thing,
Those
his
are hard.
accents. They are, you know?
Yeah.
You have amazing other qualities to your voice that are very unique.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. You did fine.
Thanks, Bo.
Also, you know you don't need Ford's approval to be amazing, right? You know you're great, right? Do you need his validation?
Well, no. No. It's just, you know, it's like if I punched somebody and I did like a really good job, I would look at you and I would want you to think it was good.
Sure.
Or if I did a really bad job, I would hope you didn't see because, you know, you're really good at punching people.
Yeah, you know. And
I mean,
that's-
you're good at a lot of other things too,
Sure,
though. That's
no.
just the, you know, you're like, oh, you're really good at punching
Oh, I'm
people.
super proud that punching things is pretty much my best asset. Yeah. No, that was a deep compliment. Thank you. Yeah, you just. The reason our group works is because we're each really good at different things.
Yeah.
And Caduceus is the only one good at being good. So that's his thing that he is good at.
He's really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with his views on authority. But
Really?
I know.
Thanks, Bo.
Hey, I know you're taking this Yasha thing hard, and the truth is I am too. I just, you know,
Are better at hiding it.
well, I'm sure it'll come out in a terrible way here later on. Trust issues, abandonment. Yeah, you know, it's, you know, it all taps into so many of my
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not a sandstorm yet. So.
Yeah. The wind is
The wind is, yeah.
windy.
I had like this last night when the storm was kicking up. It was like I was only half sleeping because I kept waiting for lightning. Like something would, I don't know.
Like save her.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if we can like find a way to talk to the Storm Lord or something, and he can break through. He's more powerful than anything else, right?
Remember that fight she had with that
Lightning
thing?
thingy on
That
the
lightning
boat?
thing on the boat?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe there's something to that.
Yeah. I'll talk to the traveler. See if he's got any advice.
When were we supposed to connect with him again? That's the thing that's happening, right? Is that coming up?
Yeah.
Days blur together.
It's coming up. I need to talk to him.
Have you not talked to him in a while?
I mean, no. I've talked to him some, just not as much as maybe I have in the past. I should go talk to him. Yeah. I'm gonna wander away.
All right. So while this is transpiring, Caleb, anything you were wanting to handle, or just?
I was just eavesdropping on all of that.
Okay, got it.
I didn't go anywhere. I was just standing there.
Makes sense.
There was
Checks
a
out.
party clown in Whitestone, by the way, by the name of Sarah McShiny Shorts, so you were not far off. No, that is a thing. That's canon.
In fact, after a pause after Jester walked away, I'll just toss out Beauregard.
Oh, forgot you were standing there. Sorry.
Yeah, that happens. Caduceus is not the only one who's good. Being good.
You're talking about me?
You shit on yourself a lot. Yeah, I am. You shit on yourself a lot. And I see you do good day after day, so a little bit of dissonance there.
Oh, old opinions die hard, I guess.
I am.
Is that what they say? That's what they say, right? Whatever.
Slightly nervous about the group. Slightly. We had a lot of different hopes and dreams. And we are swimming in a fast-moving current right now. And I think there's strength in this group. I really want this group to hold. And I think you and Ford actually are very good at holding the group together.
When my father wanted me to take over the business, he was a piece of shit, but something that he said has kind of been sticking out in my head here lately. I don't know if he ever followed his own advice, but he said try and hire people who don't agree with you all the time. Surround yourself with people with different opinions. I think I would be concerned if everyone agreed with Ford and I. And I would be very concerned if everyone agreed with Caduceus.
Well, I argue with you all the time.
And at least that means we're strong in our own thoughts and opinions. Not easily swayed.
I worry that that Yasha splintering off will fracture the whole, and I think we need to try to find a way to meet everyone's needs. We have to visit this kiln. We have to get Knott's family to safety somehow. Make sure that Jester's mother is safe. Make sure that Ford is okay, I guess. And then we have all this stuff happening very fast. And we're going to have a lot of mud on our face tomorrow, probably. What am I getting at? Keep being good at good. Good. Keep being good at being good. You help the people in the Nun, whether you realize it or not. That's it.
Thanks, Caleb. You're not too bad yourself. Like, most of the time. The age is like 10%, you know. It's debatable.
Is the 10% is when I'm doing well or poorly?
Don't read too much into it.
All right.
I just start talking.
All right, perfect. While that's transpiring forward, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll find my way over, I guess, into a dark shadow or corner or alley or behind a building. And all the time that we've been in the dynasty, the different plumage and decorations of the soldiers.
Correct.
Is there any way to differentiate between what might constitute an officer and what might constitute like a sergeant? More of an enlisted man, someone that works for
a floral crowd.
Yeah. No, officers tend to have what looks to be a cape over one shoulder. Not necessarily over the shoulder, but one part of the shoulder armor itself will carry like a capelet that kind of bends behind. Generally in purples and blues with gold trim. You're not sure what the positioning is. You don't have enough knowledge about the dynasty to know, what different color and designs differentiate, the different positions. But you have seen those that speak with authority, and usually are the heads of various groups of soldiers, both in the field and in Bazzoxan and in Rosohna, seem to have this like capelet over one arm and shoulder.
Have I also seen maybe couriers or message carriers of this service? Not somebody that would be wearing the same standard full plate or armor that's someone of infantry position, but maybe someone that's a little more lightly armored to carry a message, or...
I would say make a perception check.
Okay. 16.
I'll say, because you've been keeping watch for a good part of the day and kind of looking out here, you have seen what essentially are informational runners that will, especially in this time where everyone's starting to gear up for the Bright Queen's seeming warning, you've seen some lighter armored individuals that would be rushing from segment to segment to troop to troop around the city to deliver. And you can, similar designs, but without like the full heavy pauldrons, full chest armor. It's generally leathers with similar coloration, and what looks to be almost like a circlet head frame as opposed to an actual helmet.
So I will use a mask of many faces to disguise myself as more of a courier type bugbear individual.
Okay, big ol' furry bugbear.
And I will locate the barracks. Is there anyone outside the entrance to the barracks standing guard?
There are a handful of barracks here, and keeping a watch around there's a few that are pretty well guarded. It looks like some buildings here have been retrofitted into barracks, and there's one that's currently still being expanded and constructed as more soldiers are sent northward just over time to Bazzoxan. You do find, like every now and then, like every 15 or so minutes, there might be a period of time where nobody's directly at the front.
Okay. I will try and locate someone standing guard at the barracks not wearing the plumage of an officer.
Okay. Yeah, say within an hour you can find somebody.
I'll walk up and I will say, Can I have your ear for a moment, please?
Okay. As you approach, the one that you see here is an armored ogre, who currently has this large great club that's affixed through a leather strap on the side, and it's kind of hanging and digging this groove in the ground where he's been walking, but he's currently just kind of resting there at the side. Big, giant, kind of, I would say like a quadruple chin that almost seems to remove any semblance of a neck. The head just kind of resting between two shoulders. Large belly, armored, and kind of glances over as you approach and goes, "Yeah."
I am sorry, I have been traveling all day. Is there someone in these barracks that speaks for the men? Not an officer, someone that looks out for the new and the experienced.
Yeah, could be me.
Yes!
Great.
And
I come with a message from the Bright Queen. Sorry.
Bright Queen?
Yes.
Right.
Den... I work for Den Bylan, the security detail. I bring an urgent message of a danger out here. I delivered it to the gate, but as it was being read, it sounded most dangerous indeed.
All right.
I worry that its words might not find the right ears.
Okay.
There is a great danger that is coming this way. A creature. It carries a blade on its arm, and if engaged, it will... Are you getting all of this?
It's got a blade in its arm, and it's coming this way. Right?
Yes. For Bazozan.
Got it. Got it. Lickety split.
If you could, spread word to the men that further damage to this creature makes it more powerful, amplifies its ability to drive men mad, make them flee.
Spreading the word. Making all the men mad. Got it.
Thank you. I feel much better knowing this message has reached sound and responsible ears.
Don't worry, little fuzzball. I got it.
Be cool.
I will go get a drink. I bid you good day.
Good day.
Yeah. Stay in the light. And I start walking off.
As you walk off, he turns around and goes and start hear him lumbering into the barracks.
Hey! Brad Queen says there's a mad guy coming. Danger with holding a blade. Gonna make you mad. He was tired, the little one.
And this last thing you hear as he continues walking inside.
Shit. Fuck.
Message received.
Well done.
I'll keep moving
Okay.
towards the gate.
You can hear other people interrogating about what the fuck he's talking about.
Shit. As I head towards the gate where we were before and we were rebuffed, anyone in that area with the plumage of an officer?
Near the gate, yes.
No. I think better of it. I go in the ready room.
Okay. All right. So you guys have regathered. We'll say a day spent keeping watch, going about your business, and preparing for the next leg of your journey, whatever that may be. Is there anything else you wish to discuss or go over before night's rest comes to you?
Night's rest.
Whoa.
I'm asking, like, is there anything else you want to do during the day?
No.
I guess not.
Is there any I mean, I know where we are. Is there any sign of foliage of any kind around here? Is it all just wasteland?
On this end, you can see bits of kind of dried scrub brush. It's not quite as bad as the barbed fields were directly. You can see, especially along the base where the mountains are, there are areas of some very hardy kind of desert plant life that seem to exist and subsist around the vicinity.
Singing bush.
Yep. So you climb around the mountain, what you got? Yep.
Jester, do you have any more sending ability today?
I've got one more I can do.
Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to check in on either my hubby or perhaps Shakasta.
Which one do you want?
Oh boy, that's a tough choice. What's that?
I'm getting ready to send.
Oh.
Senkai.
I thought you were going to punch me in the face.
Yes.
Message sent. MC.
I don't think hubby's in danger yet. Maybe?
It's up to you.
Well, not the brave. When we go back, it's hard to predict what is about to happen. We could be thrown in prison. I don't think so. We could be sent off somewhere else or pulled into intrigue. Do you know in advance what you want to do with your husband when we get there? Tell him to stay put. Send him
I
on.
wanted him to be safe, but I don't know anyone who can take care of him in Rosohna. Maybe I was thinking Beauregard's friend, but she's never met him, has she? Was she there with us? No.
She hasn't. We haven't seen her there yet.
Yeah, so.
But I know she was on her way.
There's no one.
Met her in the cellar
You met her in Asarius,
in Asarius.
and you set up plans to meet in Rosohna and have not done so.
We don't have anyone in Rosohna that we can trust. So I don't know. He can't just run.
I could, I should probably reach out to her.
You're that friend.
Huh?
You're that friend.
Who am I sending a message to, you guys?
Shikasa, just ask if he's gotten to my son yet.
Okay. Your son's name is Luke?
Luke.
Okay.
Look.
You're sending a message. Shikasa. Okay, I'm not saying that.
Sorry.
I'm thinking it in my
You're
head.
thinking in your head.
Hey! It's Jester. Have you got to Luke yet? Woof. Things are crazy. Let me know where you guys are. Not really wondering. Thank you.
Nice. Good.
Hey, Jester, baby.
Every time.
Don't you worry. Went ahead and just finished dropping that boy and that old lady off down in Nicoledran and making my way back north.
Oh.
I got you.
Wow.
Shikasa is amazing!
Yeah.
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 I'm assuming that I told you everything.
You just told me everything. You were so excited. You blurted it
Send
out.
it right along with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That's so much faster than I thought he's going to.
Any other details did you give your
No, he just said we're
like
safe.
it's done.
He called me baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you think?
No.
No, not.
I think he just
Not
calls
your
everybody
type?
baby. No, I mean, I don't think I'm his type.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know.
Who do you think? What do you think his type is? What would be Shakasta's type?
Someone really cool.
Well, you're cool.
Yeah, but I mean, like, someone like chill and cool.
You're not chill?
No.
No.
Very true.
You know who was chill? Was Yasha. Yasha was kind of chill
Yeah, she was really
before
chill.
she tried to kill us all.
She didn't try to kill all of us, just, Ford
And me.
and you,
She would have killed you too.
probably.
She was chill, but not cool.
Not, I don't know, again, if we will have the ability or the time when we are back on Rosohna, but we could. I've already voiced my reservations about your family and everything in Patronus, but we could bring your husband to your child.
Well, now that my child's in Nicoledran, so that's exactly what I would like to do, yes.
Yes, we could visit Yussa's tower if we are granted the time.
Yes, that would be incredible
That would be great.
if we are lucky enough to be free that long.
We'll find out.
We'll
in
find
the
out
morning.
tomorrow.
Everybody sleep well.
All right, so you guys you finish out the day? All right.
Yes.
As you are resting
Damn it.
Damn. Shitballs
Are
out.
we
the
taking
evening.
shifts, or are we not taking shifts?
We didn't say we were.
Shit.
Oh shit! What is happening?
I feel like I should talk to the traveler.
Guys, I brought a slide whistle at the ready room.
You want to talk to the traveler?
I feel like I should talk to him before we go to bed.
You met.
Or as everybody else is going to sleep, I would stay.
I was going to suggest that somebody that we do the shift thing as well, but so that someone is awake.
Well, we'll say Jester takes first watch as she's having her commute.
I'll start by, drawing in my journal. And I'll draw just Yasha's eyes. I'll try to get them how they used to be and then how they looked in the scry, the difference. And they'll just say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I haven't talked to you as much. I don't know what's going on. I feel kind of lost. Are you there?
Like in a warm, humid interior from your friends sleeping nearby drifts to a colder sensation, and you, out of the periphery of your eye, see the cloak kind of whip. And as you're sitting there, you sense the presence of the traveler sit there next to you, the hood kind of leaning into the other side of your periphery. It's all right, you've been busy. As have I.
Yeah.
But a measly couple months from now, you'll get to meet the rest of your family.
Yeah, a couple months, huh? Do you have a location yet?
That's actually why I wanted to talk to you. And he kind of draws back into a sitting position. I'm considering where to hold the grand gathering. I was thinking maybe the island of Rumblecusp off the Menagerie coast. Do you have any suggestions?
Rumblecusp? Have I heard of that place before?
You've heard it, but you've never been there.
What's special about Rumblecusp?
I don't know. It's remote. Probably very pretty. And I've never been.
Well, if it's pretty and tropical, you know, that would be nice. I mean, anywhere close to Nicoledran, as you know, is going to be very pretty.
Have you any other suggestions yourself?
Oh, well, probably not anywhere in the Empire, or probably not anywhere in Xhorhas. There's crazy stuff going on here, you know.
So I've been hearing.
I mean, well, I guess if it's a couple months away, I was going to say, I hear that the north is pretty cool right now. There's like a volcano or something that is supposed to be pretty popular, but...
Are you really pushing for a volcano suggestion?
That would be kind of crazy, right? To have a bunch of people gathered in the volcano.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, God. This can end so well.
Natural 20.
It's certainly unique. The journey would be challenging, but with enough warning.
Who your real followers were. But you know, if you want to hold it somewhere that's way prettier, I understand, you know. That's a really good option too.
I trust your judgment, Jester. A volcano will be interesting.
I can check it out beforehand if you want, and then let you know.
Certainly, but I have to know soon.
Right.
I have to send out the invitations.
Right. Were you there in the cave?
I'm never far.
It's really hard.
I know.
There's so many things in the world, and I thought it would be really cool to see it all, and some of it is really pretty. You know, like we saw a cavern that was full of crystals. You would actually really like that. Maybe we should have the convention there, I'm not sure.
You tell me.
But a lot of it is just really sad, and a lot of people getting hurt, and
He reaches forward from the billowing robe. His fingers kind of just brush the bit of hair out of your face. It is a very beautiful world. And it's a very sad world. But there is beauty in sadness, too.
Yeah.
Without those moments, it's hard to appreciate beauty.
That is true. I didn't know how wonderful, home was, and how wonderful, really, my mama is until I saw a lot of other people out there.
You'll be sad again. To live is to be sad, time and time again. But you also get to be happy. You get to be playful. You get to be mischievous.
Yeah.
Just know, no matter where you are, I'm not far. And also know, you're not the only one being watched over in your merry band. There are many voices, many eyes upon you.
Do you ever talk to the other gods?
There isn't much of a line of communication, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, I didn't know.
But wherever your friend Yasha is, I'm sure there's some very powerful eyes on her that never left.
Really? Good ones? Helpful ones?
I've seen the storm myself. Have faith. After all, without faith, what am I?
Really cool?
A volcano. Interesting. I like it. It just kind of dissipates into the wind.
Just killed all Traveler Con.
Turns into
Jester
Fire
versus
Fest.
volcano.
Fire Fest.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Welcome to day one of Traveler Con.
Invitation is just a blue
Oh no. Oh, the memes will only get worse from here.
I'm so sorry, Internet.
That's okay. Well, at the end of your watch, as you are all sleeping, Jester nods off in the comfort of the traveler's presence.
Yes, I do.
I toss and turn, hoping to hear thunder again.
Understood. Roll a perception check.
Oh, fuck. Is it cocked?
It's kind of leaning.
But is it cocked?
The D20 has been drinking.
11.
11. You think for a moment you hear the rolling sound of thunder. But listening, there's no follow-up. It might have been just in your head.
Ford's stomach.
Probably.
Likely.
But the evening goes by without issue.
Fuck you.
Wanted to tug that along for a bit. We'll pick up here after a break to bring the morning and wherever your next stage in this journey is going to be now that you've had a night's rest.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Seriously.
That was a check-in episode beginning there. There's a lot to check in.
We fought a lot.
I know.
For a long time.
Man.
It needed to happen. There was the you guys had a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
So, before we go on our break, let me go ahead and introduce you guys to our giveaway of the evening we have from our friends at Wormwood, the Wenge Pride Vault, which you may have seen on Tox Machina.
So cool.
Very pretty in celebration of Pride 2019. It is your dice vault of many colors. This will go to one lucky winner in the chat. The code word tonight is escalation. It's escalation. So,
Don't know how I feel about that.
still works, right? Remember, enter it once, only once. Any more than that, you'll be disqualified. For people in the US and Canada, excluding Quebec, we'll come back with a winner in just a few moments. See you soon.
Oh,
God damn it, Sarah.
oh my god.
Got the perfect warlock, weapons and supplies. But you need a place to track your stuff, cause you're so disorganized. You click open the webpage, you heard about a critical role, and now you're ready to kick some butt in that mine shaft full of no's. It's TNT! TNT Beyond, yeah, TNT! TNT Beyond. You got your stats, you got your swords, and you got your invisible wall. It's TNT. TNT Beyond.
Delightful, unrivaled, beauteous, sublime, ceramic.
The best part of this mug is that it can hold ale.
Last time on Tox Machina.
Rachel Klein wants to know, do you think Ford will be more harsh with his feelings about Yasha because he not only wasted a precious spell slot to try and help her escape, but also because he was the closest to dying at her hand?
Yes! Yes! Unequivocally, yes! Oh, yes, Rachel Klein! You understand me! I understand you! We are one! Yes! I only got 2 of those bitches! It was the last one! I zoomed in, she said nope, foomp, and then almost killed me!
Oh boy.
Yes, he will be harsh.
What are you drinking, dude?
I don't know. It burns my lips, though.
Crying. I don't want another episode like this for a while. I want smut. Was the Angel of Iron's cult backstory a collaboration with Ashley, or did she just say there's a period of time she has no memory of and left it for you to come up with?
It's the latter. She said there was a period of time that she doesn't recall in her life, and as a gift to any dungeon master for that. So she's been discovering aspects of her story along with the rest of you.
Well, Travis Willingham.
What? I'm sitting here listening to the answer respectfully.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's a likely story.
It's a likely story indeed. Was the Laughing Hand, aka Giggle Fist, which was Travis's previous PSN name.
Giggle Fist.
Giggle Fist.
He had to change it when it got leaked.
I know you're dressing up as for Halloween.
Wait, give me the close-up on Travis, Zach.
No.
And then take the question away for a sec, and then give me that Giggle Fist impression one more time to that camera, please, to Greg. You know which Greg. There you go, Arsqueef. You know,
you're just feeding him
He
now.
gets up at 4 in the morning. We have to, and
gift that
he
requires sound?
But he does a public service.
He'll find a way to do it.
He'll find a way to make
add your own sound to make it better.
Considering the Wild Mother is offered in protection, how does Ford feel about traveling to the Anvil for answers regarding LH?
Stoked about it.
Okay.
Super stoked about it. I don't know what the fuck the Anvil is. I don't know anything
It's a
about
great band.
Caduceus. I want to learn more. We'll be lobbying heavily next game to go there with the quickness.
Yeah.
And maybe not drop a little note with the bright queen. Let's get the fuck out. Do it later. No. We'll leave a message. It'll be fine. We'll leave a post-it somewhere.
Whatever you guys want to do. It's your story.
Yeah, but what is the anvil? Where is it? How far away is it? What does it have? More Wild Mother, please. Yes, all those things.
More Wild Mother, please.
Yeah.
I want more Wild Mother.
Anything that's not Ukatoa, thank you very
more
much.
Caduceus backstory, too.
Yeah.
You can still go back and talk to Ukatoa. You still just got one more orb.
I don't want to. No. Ukatoa took my shit for like a whole half a day.
Ooh, could Ukatoa took my shit be our next bumper sticker? Like the Traveler? The Traveler is my co-pilot. Ukatoa took my shit.
It's pretty great.
Oh. Would you look at that? I think it worked. You were right, Pumat number 3. All we had to do was invoke that subscription cantrip. Pumat number 3? Oh boy. Well, hello there. I'm Pumat Prime. It's good to finally join you here in the Prime Dimension. I see this is the Twitch Prime realm, I think, and we're on the Critical Role channel, aren't we? Well, would you look at that? You got chat and everything. Respectfully, I was looking for the Prime Rib realm, but this isn't too bad. You see, if you already have access to the Amazon Prime realm, you can get a free subscription to the channel of your choice in the Twitch Prime realm. The two realms have a pretty good working relationship after that peace treaty the Prime Minister signed a few years back. You just have to remember to renew your Twitch Prime subscription at the top of each month, respectfully. And hey, if you're already a subscriber, you can spread the joy by gifting a subscription using the Gift a Sub button. That is, assuming the Empire hasn't sent a taxman to your shop here recently. Alright, well, off to find that darn elusive Prime Rib realm. Who knew the Prime Dimension had so many pockets? Good luck! Pumat 3!
Subscribe. Resubscribe. Brian Foster is not a cabbage.
And welcome back. So we have our winner of the Pride Dice Vault. The winner is Drucifer333.
Oh.
Congratulations, Drucifer. We'll go ahead and get you your vault ASAP.
The beast has been dying.
Yeah, just half of a.
Exactly. So, coming to consciousness the following morning, you all are rested. A familiar warm sense has taken the chamber, though not as hot as the day before. It's a bit musty in the scent department, I guess. Sure, why not? Ford's been finding the broccoli.
The food out here doesn't agree with me.
You would have a sensitive stomach.
Whoa, we're already fighting.
Apparently.
It was a really bad
I got
fart.
intense. No. So, what would you like to do, guys?
Well, it's time to bamf home.
We should check, make sure nothing happened overnight outside of this room.
Sure.
Head outside to see if there's any obvious
Open
commotion.
the windows on the roof
Sure, yeah.
before
you
we
can.
head down and look out.
Okay, make a perception check.
No.
No, you're fine. As you look out there, no. You look out and the streets look the same as they were when you went to sleep. Different, troops, of course, set on their various watches, but you can see there's still a heavy perimeter that is patrolling the exterior of Bazozan. You can't quite see the Umbra Gate from this window, but there doesn't appear to be any sort of issues or raised intensity, no bodies lining the streets.
Okay.
All right, Caleb, how does this work?
Well, I have some gems enough and jade, so enough to set this off. I cannot do this constantly unless I have a steady supply, but I can do it today. I just need a minute to start drawing on the floor.
What kind of gemstones do you need?
He's got some.
50 gold worth I have jade, one piece of jade left. Or anything anyone wants to contribute. The jade is worth 100 gold.
Let me see what
Can
I
I pick
have.
up some shit?
I have some jade also, but I have a pearl necklace.
I have a pocket full of crystals.
I place my one piece of jade down on the ground and start tracing a circle, and am thinking of the teleportation circle in Rosohna.
Okay.
Cast.
All right, so as you guys watch Caleb setting the gemstone, the jade piece in the center, the way he draws all these lines and sigils, it's a large circular equation on the ground made of various arcane symbols, intersecting, overlapping, and as he begins to progressively fill in, it seems to spiral inward as he fills out the rest of this equation. You watch the surrounding exterior of it begin to glow, almost as an echo afterward. As he gets towards the very, very center, he finishes a central circle, draws in a particular emblem, and then places the jade onto it. As it does, the jade shatters, and the entire circle flares up brightly beneath. You can, and as you know, you only have but a moment, Caleb.
It's 6 seconds to get everybody through, or am I thinking back to campaign 1 in trees?
I believe it is a very short time to get everybody onto the circle. Let me double check. Just to be safe.
Bullet time.
On the elevator.
Kind of, yes. It does last for 1 round, so yes,
Oh,
you
6
gotta go.
seconds. Go.
All right, and Caleb just starts pulling and shoving people.
Watch where you're fucking.
One after another, you all get pushed into the circle, and you feel your breath pulled out from your lung for just a second. There's a brief streak of light and dark, and then suddenly you're standing in a familiar subterranean kind of graphite-looking chamber. Looking around, you recall when you first arrived from your journey from Asarius. You now stand within the under arches of the Lucid Bastion. You can see 2 of the guards who stand there, armored Kreen soldiers, look over in your direction and briefly kind of take a step in your way a bit aggressively, but then recognize as you approach.
Multi-passing.
But yes, you have arrived now in Rosohna in an instant, traversing the majority of Xhorhas with a single step.
It's really cool, Caleb. That was
Wow.
really, really cool.
But do you think the Moorbounders will be okay?
They'll be fine. Maybe.
Come on, let's stay on task.
Is anyone waiting for us?
Yeah, anyone here in this chamber?
In the chamber, no, not immediately. There was no notification as to how you were arriving, so there isn't a party awaiting you here in the Underarches.
Do we know where to go?
Not at the moment. I mean, you know the path you took previously, so you could just try and retrace your steps if you'd like.
There.
Yes, there are.
We should
announce ourselves.
Okay. Within a short time, you guys are brought to the familiar antechamber before the Bright Queen's throne chamber. There was expectation to your arrival, so you don't have to wait more than 15 or so minutes before the doors open. If you want to take a moment to gather your thoughts before you enter, you're welcome to.
Who's doing the talking? I vote it should be me and Jester, but I could be overruled.
I'll happily speak if...
You're so truthful.
Yeah.
Sure, we should.
Ford.
What?
I think Ford too.
How about Ford and Caduceus?
It's not me.
No, because they're going to say very different things, and then it's going to get us in trouble.
Yeah, look, I appreciate y'all coming back in after me, right? I'm here because of you guys. I'm just gonna lie to her. I'm telling you right now, honestly. So if you think that being honest with her is what we're doing, trying to establish some trust and transparency, then either Caleb or Caduceus should talk.
Caleb?
Well, let's do it together, and Ford, anyone, if you think you can help, feel free to step in.
Just remember, we don't need to make it personal.
Just don't say it's our fault, okay?
Also, start with a compliment. Ladies like it when you notice their hair or their shoes, so lead with that.
I'll compliment, and then you guys can take over.
That's a great idea.
Okay.
Ladies like it when a fellow
Exactly.
compliments.
I'm
so
pretty fashionable.
I know, but he's a tall, dark, and handsome guy over there. Compliment from him would be
dark. It's more like light and pastel.
Extremely pale, even by my family standards.
No.
It's true.
Literally teal and pink.
Practically translucent.
Yeah, all right. Forget it then.
It's like built-in highlighter. It's
Thank you.
really, really nice.
I've always liked to think so.
Are you guys comfortable with your plot?
We're ready.
Alrighty.
Ready as we'll ever be.
Okay.
I also am going to cast Lunamancy onto Caduceus.
What is this Dunamancy going to do?
It's just going to make sure that you are especially convincing, and I cast Fortune's Favor with the white pearl to my forehead. And you see geometric shapes for a split second.
Wow.
One roll.
So you now have a fragment of possibility within you. So you can re-roll a d20 if you wish.
All right.
Once. Alrighty. 15, 20 or so minutes pass. The doors of the antechamber open into the familiar overhead lit throne room of the Bright Queen. Already you can hear voices. It's bustling. It's a little more active than last time you were here, where it was somewhat half as intense. You can see all the seats are filled, both on the two opposing house sides as well as the central chairs that flank the Bright Queen's throne itself. As you're stepping out, you can see a troop of 4 individuals, 3 drow, and 1 hobgoblin are carrying a table out past you. At a quick glance looking down, there's kind of a sheet thrown over it a little bit, but part of it's visible, and you can see it looks to be a map. It's a long table.
A map.
Are there any pieces on it, like war table?
war map.
Make a perception check.
Can I do that too?
Yes, you may.
19.
18.
Okay.
Table.
There you go. getting a glance at it, you make out that it seems to be a map of probably Xhorhas, but the way it's laid out in the section that you do see appears to be the beginning of the September range to the east, which means the length of the table would probably lead it quite deeply into the Empire and Western Wynandir. So that's ushered past. There's conversation and whispering and discussion in the distance, kind of echoing throughout the chamber. This central single white orb is still hung affixed above the center, the chains dangling to the far corners of this kind of dull, gray, almost quartz-like material that the interior is constructed from. As you step forward, the voices kind of hush. The soldiers flank the steps in which you ascend. And as you begin to approach, the Bright Queen stands from her throne, her violet eyes shining from the light above, her headpiece, the 3 horns curling behind, holding her staff. And she looks down upon you, and as you begin to make your way towards the center of the raised section of the chamber, she puts her hand out. Welcome, Mighty Nein. We must first give our thanks in your aid in warning the dynasty of the Imperial assault. Many lives were saved, thanks to your deed, and the garrison remains in our control. As you had also noted, a series of strategic assassination attempts did also occur shortly after the assault. Now here in Rosohna, we were ready for these. Aside from some wounded, no lives were lost. We captured one of the assailants. You've all proven very worthy of the reward that you were given. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Your eyes look very ravishing today.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah,
You know, they have
seem
a
exceptionally bright.
twinkle. Wouldn't you agree, Caduceus?
Sure. Your Highness, we have we bring some unfortunate news.
I already told her on the spell.
More specifically, though, and to go into more detail, I suppose, we were woefully unprepared for what we found up north. And we stumbled into a creature, an infernal creature summoning one of the agents of the Crawling King.
At this point, Sky Sybil, the elderly female goblin who sits adjacent to the Bright Queen, kind of leans forward at the edge of her seat.
So it has been said that the Laughing Hand is what you refer to.
It is loose.
Such an entity was supposedly destroyed in the calamity, or the years that followed.
It was contained, not destroyed.
Well, if what you say is true, this is indeed an additional thorn in the dynasty's side.
This thing may be more than a thorn. This is the beginning, I believe, of something dreadful, terrible, that threatens everybody. Resources are necessary to combat this. It tore through us. We did not all make it back.
The Bright Queen nods, acknowledging this. It is a very unfortunate circumstance, how you describe it. And you've done what you could. We shall take it from here. Den Duendalos has numerous historical specialists and researchers who, since you gave us this message, are looking into all facets of this creature's nature and to suss out a means in which it can be found and destroyed.
It was a follower of the Angel of Irons?
Looks over towards Miriam, and Miriam goes,
I am unfamiliar with that one.
Well, then perhaps this should also be placed upon the research plate.
Said he was gathering others.
Well, we have sent word and reinforced the guard to Bazozan. But we have many things we are also achieving at this moment.
We may have a special request if that would please you. We would like to be kept in the information loop on this creature, as that it has done personal damage to us. And we believe that we have an avenue of possible victory. I feel that there might be an answer to how to defeat this creature in the north. And I was hoping for a little faith and perhaps a little support in a expeditious journey up north to see if a weapon that can defeat this creature can be found.
Make a persuasion check.
Just going great.
20.
I will admit, there is trepidation from members of this court due to the circumstances of your less than, how would I put it? Less than successful journey northward. However, if you feel that you can do this without us expending more of our personal resources to this direction you are traveling, you may go with our blessing.
Just safe travel. Perhaps we may need some form of expeditious travel on top of everything else, but not a lot is necessary.
Perhaps.
And the permission to probably have to cross up the northern border at some point, and we may have to put a few affairs in order.
Very well. I mean, take your time and rest. I can see on all of your faces you've been through quite a bit.
Would you care to see this laughing hand?
If you have a means of presenting its visage, then yes, please.
I'll turn my hands and I'll cast Major Image, and I will recreate to scale the laughing hand with the sounds that it was creating right there in front of the entire fucking throne.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to go in front of it and just sort of cower in fear.
As its looming form appears, the cloak, like gently swaying, the open gashes across its body, the teeth emerging from them, chuckling silently. The room immediately begins to fill with whispers as you see the various other drow and orc and bugbear members of this court leaning into each other and begin looking curious and worried.
The more we heard it, the louder it got.
Yeah, I'm going to go over and slice it with my dagger.
It just goes right through it.
Each cut.
But can't you change it?
No.
Yes, you can. It's a Major Image. You can control it.
Can I?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'll create an extra mouth.
That's not as quietly shouting under her breath towards Ford in the middle of this entire chamber.
Don't make me look like an asshole here.
What are you doing, man?
It's a tech rehearsal. It's just, hang on.
There's a lighting cue here.
In the effort of sharing information, perhaps it'll help your Den Duendalos on their history check.
Good accent.
We really wish that the severity of this does not go understated.
Oh, it is not understated. Believe you me, we know very well about infernal or ancient threats. We live in the land where they still curse much of what we live upon. We do have many things to worry about, however. So, we cannot divert more than we have currently holding the garrison for now.
course.
We have plans. Things are turning in our favor in this struggle. So thank you.
You said that you had some successes while we were away?
Yes.
You captured an assailant?
We did. We have a scourger currently for interrogation and execution. We also, with our position here amongst the guard and the current scenario in which the Dwendalian military finds itself, we grow closer to our goal of retrieving what they've taken.
The scourger that you found was on the front lines?
There were a handful of assassins that had come to Rosohna, as you had warned. We were prepared. There were those who were wounded, but no lives were lost. On our side, at least.
What kind of a... I've never seen a scourger. What did this person... Was it a monster or a person?
No, it was a woman, human.
They're what Caleb was training to be.
Sure. A human woman?
What is your interest in this?
I'm curious. Scourger sounds so scary, that's all.
More like a myth to us. We've never encountered one.
Right.
You said you're closer to getting back what the Empire stole. Did they steal more of the dodecahedrons?
They still have one beacon.
Beacons.
That cannot be allowed. Until that is returned, we will do whatever it takes.
Do you know
I
where?
would hope that our eagerness to aid and our frankness would earn further trust on top of what we have already offered up to you. We would continue to aid, and more knowledge, more understanding would help.
Of course. We will share what we can as it comes.
He wants to get into your library.
I was actually going to request further training with your friend from House Thalis, and also perhaps some knowledge of the Scourger. I have already intimated a little of my past, and would be curious to know if dealings are the same, and if this is a person I've had any dealings with.
Make a persuasion check.
$16.
16. We are willing to share information. However, it is very apparent that the beginnings of this conflict stems from the human Zemnian thirst for the secrets of our arcane practices. Given that as it may, and there is trust here, it is a carefully guarded aspect of our culture. And you've already been rewarded for the deeds you've done. Should you continue on this path, then I'm very certain that we could share many more with you. But there must be more seen from you and the steps you take before we can open such a lineage of research to you. I hope you understand.
I do. I am too presumptuous. May I instead retract my request and instead just settle upon knowing who this person is?
That can be facilitated. If you would like, we will have you escorted to the Dungeon of Penance. You're lucky to have come so early. Is there anything else?
I don't suppose you have any information of the location of the Burning Lodge. kiln.
I do not know what you speak, unfortunately.
We head north, so we're looking for maps. Anything that can guide our way further north.
Describe north. There are many norths in this land.
We seek a mountain amongst snow-capped mountains where there is no snow. In front of a white salt and sand. And it stands alone. A temple to the Wild Mother.
There is a moment of kind of quiet in the room and consideration from the Bright Queen before Miriam, the Sky Sybil, steps forward and goes,
A mountain where there is no snow amongst snow. There is such a place in the Flodcap Alps, the graying wildlands. I would have to look into this entity.
That would be
this location.
That would be what I seek, and the fastest and safest way to travel there.
and kind of look over, and you can see across the way, Essek has been sitting down one of the chairs. And goes, well, if a safe and quick means of transportation is required, that would probably be my specialty.
Will you be going with us, or are you going to be sending us?
Well, I have to come with you at first, but I'll be returning thereafter.
That's cool.
Maybe you won't be though. Maybe you'll like us so much you'll just hang out.
There is a lot of business I must attend to as well. As you've heard from the Bright Queen, a lot of things are moving, and my interests lie elsewhere beyond a kiln.
Indeed, we appreciate your help. We will let you return to your very pressing matters at hand.
Oh, one last thing. Is it possible to send word to the people in where were we, Jules?
Bazilzan.
In Bazilzan, because we left our moorbounders there because we were in such a hurry to get here, and I'm afraid they're going to.
It's okay.
Starve to death.
The little Death Panthers will be fine by themselves. It's fine.
Bright Queen kind of smiles and puts her hand up and says, your beasts are from these lands and will be fine, though they may be free to pursue their interests elsewhere.
Okay.
Should you require more, we can provide them.
Okay. Thank you.
It's at this point that Miriam goes,
Kravarat.
What?
Kravarat?
That is the mountain you speak of.
Kravarat.
Singular volcano nestled in the center of the Flodkep Alps, northwest of here.
Northwest.
Quite a journey.
Yes. That is where we need to go.
My hunch was right.
Sure.
She can
Thank you.
rescinds back to the base of her chair and kind of sits down. Her body much smaller in comparison to the rest of the chair behind her.
This was a great meeting.
Yeah, thank you so much for seeing us so quickly.
Way down to the dungeons.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go to the dungeons now. Is someone gonna escort us?
Yes, please. And she raises her hand and kind of points forward, and two guards who are off to the side step forward and kind of put their feet together and assert themselves as the ones to escort you.
After you.
Can I keep my eyes open, looking out, whatever, as we're walking, kind of on the council and on the guards? If I see a drow that looks like the way that Dyron was disguised, just as we go, just kind of as we're here.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay.
Natural.
No, it's deceiving. 16.
16, okay. So you're keeping your eye out.
And did I get a feel during that meeting if the Bright Queen was still looking at us in the same way as before, or if she seemed more suspicious of us now.
Make
or
an
less.
insight check.
Ooh. This is a big roll.
Yep.
That's good. 7.
Oh, 7.
Yeah, 7. 7 whole numbers.
Yeah.
Number of points.
The Bright
Number
Queen
points.
has lived many lifetimes, and in doing so has seemingly perfected, at least in most of your conversations, the ability to mask her intent beyond the positive presentation she's given you this day.
Cool.
Beyond that, you've been unable to read anything.
All right.
Okay.
What kind of dress
On the
was
way
she
to
in
the
today?
dungeon, I'm gonna float towards the back. Towards the back.
Okay.
Was she in a sparkly dress today? Was she in what color dress was it?
Yeah. Did she look dope?
The queen.
She looked. She always looks dope.
Yeah, I was-
Yeah.
She got the helmet, but was it like
Dope queen.
was it a pantsuit?
Dope queen.
It wasn't a pantsuit. It was a variation on the first outfit that you saw her in. This one was more battle ready, if that makes sense. It seems like as things progress in this conflict, and based on what was exiting the chamber, there is a general kind of an air of riding the high of recent victory, and as that, she's dressed accordingly.
Can we commission an artist to make her entire wardrobe just like in a catalog or something?
Sure.
Okay,
We can take you to that shop. The shop exists.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah, I think Vanessa makes that on Creature of Habit on on Instagram. So, you guys are escorted out of the chamber, outside of the Lucid Bastion, back below to the Shadowshire, which rests beneath the city. There, you briskly walk past the strange glowing fields of luminescent crops that line the floor and the ceiling of the cavern, venturing back to the familiar entrance on this side to the dark prison that once held Yasha. You approach the gate-like doors that bar your entry. A well-armed Dynasty Orc guard narrows his eyes towards you and is about to approach before the two guards flanking, who are both wearing like a very elaborate captain caplets on the left arm. He stands down immediately, doesn't even get a word out, opens the door. You guys are led in down 4 levels of this dungeon, with each growing progressively darker and more heinous.
Security.
Yeah, the
Daisy parking level at Disneyland.
Are we getting slowed this time or altered the way we were the first time we were brought down here?
Right. As you go further and further down within the chambers, there's kind of just a general loose sense of nausea that comes over you, like your equilibrium is slightly off. It's hard to describe.
Just in the space, because Essex is not with us this time.
Correct. This is just the further down you go, it's just like a sick feeling in your stomach that seems to grow. You begin to move from hallway to hallway, but in a very kind of MC Escher way. The stairways seem to shift, and entryways seem to not follow familiar gravity. And in a short distance, you are having a hard time recalling, except for Caleb, directly how you entered. And you begin to imagine that elements of this prison are designed to be maze-like, to aid in keeping people from escaping.
What level was Yasha on? Just for
Yes,
comparison?
Yasha was between the first and second level, like on the cusp of that area.
He's dangerous. He's a flight risk.
Of course, level 2.
No.
He's got.
He's not.
They took all sharp objects from him. He wasn't wearing shoelaces. They don't know what he's capable of.
He didn't have shoes.
Yeah, well, that's because he's crazy. Get killed with a shoe.
Crazy boring.
Oh.
You're boring. Your face is boring. Shut up. I hate you.
As you led into this fourth and deeper floor of the Dungeon of Penance, you are brought to this heavily guarded, you can see 6 guards sitting outside of this single 10-foot wide wall. There is a doorway that has about a 6 by 2 inch slot on the top of it. It is dark entirely on the interior. The 2 guards that are leading you through stop and give an acknowledgement to those that are keeping guard. Do any of you speak Undercommon?
No.
Crickets.
All right. There are some words exchanged. None of you understand, but the guards kind of step out from the front of the door, and you are given essentially a position to look in.
But it's pitch dark in there.
There's no light on the interior.
I'll step up. I got dark vision for 6
I mean, most of this entire dungeon has no light.
We need the humans to see who's in there.
Yeah. I'll step up.
Well, why doesn't Caleb just send in some lights?
No, I will not do that. I will burn some transmutation magic to make the... Maybe I did this already. Doesn't matter. The transmuter stone to give me dark vision.
Okay. So, who approaches?
Apparently I don't. Somebody else does, I guess.
Go on.
Go. Yeah, do it, Ford.
Yeah, step up.
Okay, you step up and glance through. From what you can see, it's a 10 foot by 10 foot chamber. There is a single chair in the very center, and you can see a humanoid female form sitting in the chair, kind of faced to the side and away towards the corner, arms bound behind by shackles. Shackles then follow a chain down that is chained to the bottom of the chair, and you can see chains that then fix themselves to the ankles in the front. So this figure is locked tight to this chair. You're also looking down at the base of the chair. The chair itself is bolted to the floor, so it is a stationary, affixed chair. There's no other exit, windows. It is just pitch black. Faint smell of urine. And from what you can see, she is very, very badly beaten. That's about as much as you can make out. Hair kind of in front of the face.
Clothed,
leather armor, but a lot of it's been cut. Elements of it have been kind of like torn off where the arm is there. Battle worn.
Look at me. Is her head left?
No.
I'll pivot and turn around. Caleb?
Okay, I walk up next to Ford and look in. What does this woman look like?
Well, she's had the shit kicked out of her. Hair's all on her face. Doesn't look like she's very comfy.
I look in. My hands go to the hole and I look in.
Okay. You see the same thing that Ford had seen.
What does the hair look like?
It looks probably about just under shoulder length, about chin length, maybe a little beyond that. Most of it's kind of tousled and mostly over the face. The head is slumped forward. You don't know if she's unconscious or is just exhausted.
There are guards here, you said?
Yes.
I turn to them. Is light allowed? May I?
They kind of look at each other, and one of them kind of gestures to go ahead.
Two of them float in through the hole and move not close to the person, but over their heads enough to light them up.
Okay.
And
you can see a very faint physical reaction to the light in the chamber, but it's very faint. It's just kind of like a slight shift, but maintains position.
I speak in Zemlin. Are you awake?
No response.
Wake up. You are in a bad place. I need you to talk to me.
You hear her clear her throat.
Go ahead. Your life's thread is very short right now. If you want to keep it from being clipped, I need you to talk to me.
you hear this reedy, pinched voice come out, the face still not turning, just going in Zemnian back to you.
It is what it is. This is what happens in war.
I don't recognize that voice, do I?
Make a perception check. It's very. You're not sure. It sounds like the individual is taking quite a few hits to probably the throat or chest, and is just like this. The process of speaking is a taxing endeavor.
Can you look at me?
Who asks? What do you want?
You hear me talking to you in this language, in this place. Do you want any aid or not? Look at me.
Magic can do many things. My life is already forfeit. Try what you want. You won't break me.
Austria.
What did you say?
Ostrid?
The head perks up slightly.
What did you say?
You hurt me. Look me in the eye.
Who are you?
I don't have time for that. Lift your face. Your life hangs by a thread. What have you to lose? Look at me.
Look where I am. Who do I have to trust? Who is this who knows Astrid?
If I try to put my cat in that room, am I able to down here?
I think you probably can.
I attempted and put Frumpkin on the inside of the room.
Alrighty.
And if he is in there, I send him padding up to this person to look.
Okay. Make a perception check for Frumpkin.
Oh, for Frumpkin.
False. Are you cursing him?
I'm cursing it.
10.
Okay.
Okay. You see the hair in front of the face. You see a lot of blood and a swollen chin and a lip.
Oh, go in there. Just beat the shit out of her. Hold her face up.
I can pick her up.
We have to be let inside.
All right.
We have to open the gate.
You do see in the light here and the circumstance there are scars across the forearm, familiar scars as to the ones that you carry.
Yeah.
There's no way they're opening this door for us.
Why not?
Yeah, I asked that very thing of the gods.
If they'll open it?
Yep.
Yeah.
The one who's assigned next to it goes, I'm sorry that it cannot be done.
Oh, it's so tempting.
We could just knock out these guards real quick.
Would you perhaps
There's
mind?
so many.
Would you perhaps mind if I put the prisoner in
Additional
a
6 guarding it.
better state to answer questions?
Two
They've been roughed up a bit.
Do you know Ren Aldrich Ermenrud?
Very well.
Who was he?
I don't know. Is he you? And the figure turns and looks in your direction.
Oh.
You see the hair kind of pushed to one side of the face. The hair is dark, not brown, and the face is unfamiliar to you. This is not Astrid. But the face is looking right at you with a smile.
I find them both.
I've
kill
heard
them.
I've heard things about you, Bren. Welcome back.
I am curious to know what you thought of this boy. We'll see if you live long enough. So tell me. And walk away from the door and start to hyperventilate against the wall.
Caleb, is everything all right? You don't seem well.
A peep in the hole.
She's still looking forward, just kind of grinning. You can see the very pale white skin and dark hair that's kind of covering most of one side of the face and tethered to one side, and a single eye that's peeking up with a smile. And she's looking back at you, blood streaking out of the nose and the mouth, swollen.
Do you know this person?
She's a murderer. She's one of my own. She is me if I had turned out to be me.
Do you know her personally? Are we...
No, she's one of many.
Right. Are we done here?
I guess so.
Is there any other information we can get from her?
Do you want to ask her about any of the people who you used to know? This is a chance.
Magic worked in here when I used it?
Yes.
Yep.
Just Frumpkin.
Well, just Frumpkin and the lights you put in there, yeah.
Yeah. Walk back over to the door. From what I understand, your time is limited. Very limited. Care to contribute anything to the conversation?
Not particularly. I'm just waiting for my sentence.
It is a period on the end.
I will say it's fascinating to see who's now working with the other side.
Does that mean there's multiple?
She's talking about Caleb.
I know, but...
Some of us get tired of macabre fairy tales. So you enjoy your mouth full of lies when they choke it out of you. I stride up the hole and away from the group.
Okay.
Back the way we came.
That's our cue.
Pleasure to meet you.
That's very nice.
Thank you, guards.
They acknowledge they get back to their positions.
Should we tip them or something? I don't know.
Traditionally, you're supposed to 5 gold, I think.
I yank Frumpkin with me, who is now scarfing it around my neck.
You got it.
Be the butt tipper.
Well,
now what?
I think we ask for some expeditious travel up north.
I think a day at home, get ready, get some preparations.
I would love to.
Maybe the Dunrock Mountains or Quanah Breach.
We could,
love to take my husband back to good old safety.
Caleb, would that be something that we can do?
Teleport him there at the very least.
I'm sorry.
You can't teleport today, I know.
But in the morning, could you maybe teleport Yasha to Nicoledran?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. Are we all going?
I would want to go to make sure that he gets there safely. I don't know if Jester wants to go to see her mom. I know we've got pressing matters ahead, but you guys could go on without me, and I could probably catch up if you needed to. Well, I'm just saying.
Please don't leave us.
I'm not leaving you. I'm just saying I can catch up later. I'm not losing anyone.
Travel.
It is a lot of travel.
There's just sending somebody through and then getting to confirm that they're fine is it's doable. You don't have to necessarily all have to go and then all have to come back.
I could try and stay here and prepare a little bit more. I should probably get in contact with Dyron so I don't get thrown out of the reserve.
Maybe Caleb could come and then we could come back the next day or something.
I also wouldn't mind checking in with Waka again. Wako.
I also want to find Thales before we leave. Sometime before we leave.
Oh, Essek.
Yeah, Essek Thales.
Yeah, well, we're not, I mean, we have to wait till tomorrow, right, before we can go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got time.
I'm sorry. I need to clear my head.
Let's go back to our treehouse.
See you back at the Xhorhas.
The Xhorhas, yes.
All right. You guys are escorted through the Shadowshire back to the surface of Rosohna, the still eternally midnight sky above. You're brought back to the exterior of the Xhorhas that you guys have been granted. The tree kept well, the light still glittering above like a majestic beacon above the neighborhood.
Fuck yeah.
Caleb, are you with them or are you moving on?
No, I'm just wandering with that medallion hanging out so that I don't get beaten up. And I start to inquire where Thales might be with different people.
Okay. You guys return, you make your way to the front doors, you open up the inside, there's candles lit, the place is spick and span. It is clean, the furniture has been slightly rearranged. And there's a moment where you hear something get dropped, the pan of some kind of ping, pang, pang, ping. And rushing around the corner, apron on, you see as a, you're back?
We're back!
Hey! Rushes up and just grabs Nott,
give him a big hug.
picks her up.
Did you hear we were coming? This is
We made a big. There's a bell on the door. There's a chime on the door.
Bell on the door.
Yeah, but he didn't have time to light all the candles that quickly. Is this?
Well, no, I just, for ambience, I like to keep it good for myself. I've been here alone for a few days here, and I just,
Yeah, anything weird happened while we were gone? Any soldiers come by?
Standard weird. I think occasionally there were, twice, Samantha Crean came by and just checked to see if you'd returned.
Oh.
I said, no, you haven't. I was a little scared. I found out that the little garden upstairs actually has some great forms of tea leaf that are easily strained. So I can make a batch for everybody here if you'd like.
Yes, please.
I would love to set that up upstairs in the garden upstairs. If that's
Great,
all right.
yeah. Where's Caleb and Yasha?
Well,
Caleb wandered off because
he's coming. Caleb will be here later.
He's distraught.
Yasha, isn't with us right now.
Yasha left us.
She always kind of wandered in and out, She just handling some of her own stuff.
Right.
For now.
Understood. I get caught up in my business sometimes too, and it makes a lot of sense.
Does it make you don't go totally crazy and try to kill people?
Not yet.
You never know.
You never know.
Well, anyway, let me go ahead and get that tea ready.
I'll help you.
All right, come on.
Head upstairs.
All right. And off in the plate. Yasha's taking care of this place in your absence.
I'll follow Caduceus upstairs.
All right.
I'll walk very slowly upstairs.
Yeah, we'll convene for tea in the garden.
I'm going to take a piece of wood from the tree and I'm going to start fashioning a version of the symbol, because everybody's got a little shrine upstairs. I'm going to start fashioning my version of the Stormlord symbol out of wood. Okay. Just a small one while I sit up there and get some light going, and I'm going to sit down and just do that for a bit.
It's as serene as you built it. This brief little beat of respite from the intensity of the past week or more. You guys all eventually find your way up there. See Caduceus there, setting the light, and begins.
Yeah, I like de-armor. I put on some sweatpants.
There you go.
You know,
It's easy for you. You don't wear armor,
wash
so
my
it's
face.
instant.
Yeah, just dump all my shit. Yeah.
The tea comes quickly. Doesn't take too long to get done. Yasha may have been in the process of already heating some from himself, but eventually not. And Yasha come up to join you all in the garden up in the tower region of the house. A little platter, and it's pouring tea for everyone.
So, Yasha, some good news.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
I've arranged for Luke to be transported to a safe place.
Oh, wonderful. Whereabouts?
Nicoledran. It's on the coast.
Oh, wow.
And
It's really beautiful.
we have a way to get us there as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go. I've heard so many great things about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't know how to swim, so just be careful out there.
There's people there that can teach you.
No, you
Is it
just
all
stay away
underwater?
from the water. It's fine. It's the breeze is nice. The water, the air is nice.
It's actually like bath temperature. It's actually fairly nice coastal climate.
Pretty dangerous. The tides can come in quickly, and there's rip tides too. So
Yeah. Well, I'll just stay in the city.
yeah, that's good. But we might even be able to. I mean, unless you like it here, we could just leave as early as tomorrow.
Sure. I've been packed and ready to go since we got here. So anytime, please.
Okay, great. Well, we'll do that tomorrow then.
All right.
You know, we left our boat with Orly.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Maybe
we have a
Yasha
boat.
can have that as like a little project.
Well, it's orderly. Yeah, he
in
can.
on.
Yeah,
Just, you know,
maybe
I don't
Yasha
know.
can hang out on the boat.
Yeah, he's just done such, marvelous things with this place.
I've never really been on a boat before.
Only if you want to. Yeah, otherwise, you can stay. With my mom.
Yeah. Or with our son, just wherever.
Yeah, to my mom.
Yeah, your mom's house.
It's a pirate ship.
Yeah, but
Both of you make persuasion checks. Beauregard with disadvantage.
Oh, jeez.
What could be worse?
16.
Persuasion?
Yes.
Are you talking to her or me?
I do this very often.
Yeah, 16.
7.
Look at your notes. Why do I even look at your notes? Jesus.
Maybe one day we'll happily check out a pirate ship. For now, I think probably gonna.
I don't know if it's
This is the
Stay back.
place for
Nope.
I mean, I was just
small child might not like it or
just presenting, the option because it's there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jester's very well connected there. Could set you up with some
You can have
supplies or whatever.
Whatever you need.
Oh yeah! Wow. Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate that. That's sweet.
Oh.
Okay. Well, can I get anybody anything else?
Nope.
Is Caleb back yet?
So, while you're asking that question, so Caleb, you don't really know where to find Essek beyond the Lucid Bastion, in which he was in the chambers earlier. It's been a couple hours. Are you trying to head back to the Lucid Bastion to retrieve?
Yeah, I would head back there. I would head back to where we had our audience with the Queen, knowing that it's foolish. I'm not going to get a hold of her, but start inquiring to him.
All right. You are definitely held from entering the Lucid Bastion. The guards there are saying that, you have had one audience, and that is what you've been granted. But upon asking for Essek, you were asked to wait for about 30 or so minutes. And then he emerges, kind of looking about, and turns to you with a smile. Hello. I heard you were looking for me.
That is correct. Do you have a moment for me?
A moment I can spare, yes. What do you require?
I'm embarrassed, but I have just come from your presence. The Queen granted us the ability to visit the Scourger that you have there.
Right, I remember seeing you request this not long ago.
They are marked to die, correct?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Execution. I heard execution mentioned.
Right, they are to be executed, yes.
Is there a timetable on that?
Not entirely certain. I think they're to continue interrogation for at least a few more days before they deem them of no further interest. So?
I'm just hoping you could stick to that timeline. I know it's a foolish request, but you have some idea of my past, yeah?
A fraction, maybe?
I once was on a path to be one of these, and I thought there was a chance I might have known this one.
Are you telling me you were a Scourger?
No. I know about them a little bit.
Right.
I thought that this one, well, the chances were slim. I thought this one might be a person that I came up with in the Empire. Knew something about, and perhaps that could be useful for my dealings for your queen, and I was incorrect. Caught me off guard. Frankly, it would have caught me off guard if it was the individual I thought it was, possibly. But I would like to speak to them further, but I have an errand to run, and I just don't want to miss my window, and I need to get my thoughts in order, and sometimes I'm like this. I like to have order, and don't we all?
So are you requesting that we not accelerate this timetable, if I'm to understand?
Yes, I thought it might be as early as this evening or tomorrow morning, but it sounds like I have a few days.
I'll see what I can do.
I would very much like to speak with this person, again, even in your presence, if that makes it more conducive.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. That's it. I don't want to push my luck. I appreciate your help.
Of course. I have to get back to business, if you don't mind.
Certainly. Thank you.
Light be with you. As it turns around and enters the Lucid Bastion, leaving you there kind of solitary, still standing in the exterior courtyard.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You gotta keep the group together. Focus on the group. Focus on the group. I just start walking in random directions for a minute and then realize I'm an asshole and start walking towards Xhorhas.
Okay. Well, you guys have been up there having tea. Yez has gone off to make some simple. He's not the greatest chef, but he can make basic, passable meal elements. So anything you guys want to do? Or are you just waiting for Caleb to return?
I'm going to wander away and go to Yasha's room.
You return to it. The beautiful painting of the flower field that you had painted for her there remains kind of cold and quiet.
I shut the door behind me. I'm going to go over to the wall and just put my hand on the mural, and I'm going to say, the traveler told me to have faith. I know that this is who you are. I'm going to have faith in you, Yasha. And I hope that the Storm Lord can bring you home and back to who you really want to be. That's all. And I'll leave the room.
Okay.
Yesterday, I'm going to pull out the sword and put it in front of me. Yesterday, I begged the question of what this sword is, and was told that it was a great weapon of elven descent. You have the notes hidden underneath the dicks because
Yeah, the notes are always hidden.
Yeah, the
It's
Dwethvar, yeah. I think this is a weapon that we can use. I think we can take it to the Burning Lodge, to the kiln, and I think that perhaps they can reforge it.
Do you think there are people living in this kiln?
Have I never explained?
No, I just kind of pictured like a kiln all by itself.
Well, it's a mountain.
And like you would use it, maybe.
I know it's like a volcano, we can assume.
I've never been.
Well, then how do you know if people live there?
Well, this is as good a time as any. I'm going to continue whittling. The day after the Raven Queen ascended, 3 of her champions were given the task of dealing with one of the heroes of the war. And his body could not be maintained within a city for reasons that are lost. He had to be vanished. And these three heroes were named Clay, Stone, and Dust. They argued for many days of what to do, and Stone said that they should give him to the air, so that the beasts of the realm may carry his memory. And Clay said that we should give him to the earth, and what grows from them will be a monument to his glory. And Dust said that we should give him to the fire, and from the ashes of that fire great works would arise. And they prayed to the Raven Queen for guidance in these early days. And the Raven Queen eventually answered. She said that she had already taken what belonged to her, and that these 3 heroes were to find the Wild Mother and to ask her guidance for what to do with what was left. And they traveled far into the woods and waited for their visions. And eventually, she spoke to each of them in turn. And she told Stone that he should take the limbs of this hero and walk the plains until he found an oasis in a red and gold veined cave, and that beasts would gather there, and that he would feed the limbs of these heroes to the beasts that would water there. And upon that site would be a menagerie whose creatures would be a gift to the Changebringer from the Wild Mother, to remind her that nature is infinite. And then Clay entered into a forest until he found a spring of water surrounded by a circle of crystal and stone. And there shall you plant the head of the hero. And upon that site will be a garden whose flora shall be my gift to the Arkheart, to remind her that nature is beautiful. And then Dust took all that was left and walked into the mountains to the north. Found a cave with a black onyx pool of fire and magma, and was told to burn what remained, that the ashes would be mixed into the brick and ink and steel, and everything that is made there will hold that hero's mark. And this kiln will be the creations as a gift to the Allhammer, to remind him that nature is the origin of material. And these three families have guarded and accepted the dead for all this time in these three temples. Each of us, on occasion, making a pilgrimage, but very rarely. Somewhere there is a member of the dust in the north, ready to help.
You're ancient.
No, I mean,
Your blood is ancient.
it's a while ago. There's some things that are much older.
How old are you?
Old enough.
What does that mean?
I mean,
Say a number.
like 2,000 years old.
Are you shitting me right now?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I don't remember any of this. This is just the stories that we were told.
Wow.
Your last name is Clay.
Yeah, of the Clays.
That's really cool.
We have maintained that temple since the Raven Queen ascended in the name of the Wild Mother.
I just have one question. Who the fuck is the Raven Queen?
Matron of Ravens, she who walks the dead to the... Does no one learn there? Well, there are many gods.
Oh, okay. She's one of the gods.
She is one of the gods.
Okay.
Much as the Stormlord is one of the gods.
Oh, okay.
Allhammer and the... Yeah.
There are many gods.
You know a lot about gods.
And the knowing mistress.
So you think this...
The knowing mistress.
Another god. Learn a lot about
You can
gods.
see her stone is there. I've built you a small stone of the knowing mistress.
Thanks, Clay.
Everyone.
Caduceus. Wow, that happened fast.
Yep.
It's on my brain.
So there's a dust person in the kiln,
I would hope that many members of the dust are still there.
and they can help us make this weapon?
Maybe, I don't know.
And
This
there's
is
this
really cool.
skull of a hero of the Raven Queen
No,
in
I
the
have.
temple
I mean,
under the graveyard.
this hero's long gone. I mean, this is just the story. I mean, the head came with us, is what they say, although it's already gone. It's just another flower in the garden.
Wow.
But we have one more god on our side. I have a little wooden storm and lightning bolt. Wooden thing that I can pull out my spirals and put the lightning bolt in one of the ears.
Ooh, cool.
Dope.
I think the Stormlord wants us to save her.
So we have the Stormlord, we got the Raven Queen here.
Oh, Raven Queen is everywhere.
But should we have a little thing for her or something?
She doesn't really need it, I don't think. I don't think any of us really
I'm good.
We got the Traveler here.
I have the Traveler. I have a little thing for you for that.
Thank you.
And I have Pool for you, although I'm leaving it.
Wait, you built us a pool?
Well, no,
What do you mean
there's
a
the
pool?
jacuzzi down below. Remember?
There's just a little.
hot
There's a
tub.
little shrine for whatever it is that you need.
The jacuzzi is a shrine?
No, there's
No,
a.
no.
His shit?
I'm gonna point out a stone that has a tiny little, like a holy water.
Like a bird bath.
It's a basin just big enough to drown your face in if you're in the mood.
That might be.
You might be.
What about you, Noah?
Just.
I've got this. I'm good.
There's a liquor cabinet downstairs.
That's me.
Is there a god of alcohol?
Guess maybe the Moonweaver?
There are a few different crossovers there.
There are lots of gods. And there's still a point for the Stormlord right there. Waiting for her.
Good. You guys, I'm feeling really exhausted.
We traveled far today. Met a queen. Interrogated a crazy person. A scourger.
Yeah.
Let's hit the hay.
Yep.
Wake up in the morning and
Go somewhere else.
yeah.
Oh, hey, Jester.
Yeah.
Can you still send a message? Is that
Let
doable?
me love yes again. Am I sending something to Dairon? What should I say?
You're charming. Just be like, do the Jester thing. Just be like, hey, Dairon, just wanted to let you know we're cute.
Oh my gosh.
I've been around you so much.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Just be like, Bo's fine.
Do you want
Hit us up when you need us. Buy a piece, but don't contact us if you don't need anything. Okay, bye.
Should they tell her where we live?
If she's smart enough, she should be able to figure it out.
True, she probably. We have a big tree on the top.
It's pretty ostentatious.
Yeah. Going to send a message.
Okay, what are you sending?
Hey Dairon, it's me, Jester. I'm here with Bo. She's sorry she hasn't hit you up, but
we're here.
We're here.
In Rosohna.
In the Rosohna. Bye.
About a minute passes with nothing.
Oh, maybe it's like, maybe she's not gonna answer.
She's asleep, though. She's probably gonna
It also
answer.
really mess up the.
Maybe she's just gone.
Probably gonna answer.
Do you think she's gonna answer?
You said you are here.
Fuck.
It took long enough. If you could give me any inclination of where to find you. Things are difficult. That's it.
Well, she sounded like she really wanted to talk to you, and it's probably kind of dangerous, and she doesn't know where we are.
She's supposed to be an investigator.
Well, maybe she showed up after we'd already left, Maybe we were up north.
Did she sound okay?
She sounded intense, but I don't know if that's normal.
It's kind of normal.
Should they send another message and tell her where to find us? Or should,
if you can.
Or maybe you guys can wait until we leave tomorrow, and then we'll be like, oh my gosh, okay, I
We
thought
certainly can't be held accountable for every person who comes up and rings her bell.
She's my mentor.
Which is why I was saying
I'm going to send another message.
Mm-hmm. What do you say?
Only if it's out of trouble,
We are at the Xhorhas, obviously.
House with a big tree.
There's a big tree on top.
It's got lights.
We are super integrated.
Lord.
Be sneaky. If you come, say hi. Or we're gonna leave tomorrow.
Wow. Flashing back to some bad relationships. Come say hi. Leaving
There
tomorrow.
is no response.
No response. There's no response. She didn't respond. Oh my gosh.
Caleb
Probably gonna just
arrives at this point in the house.
She just was killed.
What do you think she was like in a situation where she maybe just couldn't talk?
I don't know. Maybe she's like walking here right now, Bo.
I'll seek out where everybody is in the house.
Bo.
Okay.
What?
Are we, do we need to figure anything out tomorrow?
No,
Are you
just
good? Not.
Just gonna
For
go
tomorrow.
We're gonna go to sleep and travel some in the morning.
You feel good? You feel like this is a positive direction for your husband?
Yeah,
your child?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're just like on the side of the room right now with like the little platter of like little kind of shitty cakes that he's made.
They're great cakes.
Thank you so much.
Great.
I'm ready. I'm ready whenever.
Yeah, he does not want to be here anymore, and I don't blame him because this place is crawling with monsters and bad guys.
And you, not you.
Yeah, we'll deal with that tomorrow. Yeah.
There's some leftover tea, Caleb.
Yeah, go grab some.
I think if you want.
It's a little cold. I can heat it up for you. Hold on.
Iced tea is fine. Do we have ice?
You're the wizard.
I think we have ice.
Not my specialty.
I'll go heat it up for you.
Takes a trick.
Anyway, Jester and I are gonna like start heading to our rooms.
Yeah, we're just gonna go upstairs, okay? Bye, guys.
Yeah, sleep. Everyone needs to sleep because we have a lot to do tomorrow. We need to be on the ball.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Bo, what? Should maybe you should sleep on the balcony or something.
I know, I'm afraid she's gonna.
What if she comes? What if she brings trouble towards us?
There's a bell on the door, guys.
Well, she's not gonna probably use it. She's a snake. She's a spy.
Sorry, you're right.
You want to sleep on the balcony? You want me to sleep on the balcony, baby?
No, I don't want to stay. That's not safe. Maybe I can. Oh.
You know, a simple investment in a hammock could make all of this so much more pleasant. Just put a hammock on the balcony.
Why is Caduceus following upstairs? Caduceus, we're being sneaky.
Are you being sneaky?
Yes, stop talking so loud.
Well, you're talking loud enough for me to hear you.
What'd you say, Caduceus?
I said they're trying to be sneaky.
Come on.
We said we were very
Caduceus,
sleepy.
Ford and I want you down here. We need to have a talk.
All right.
There's no privacy in this house. Stupid group.
Leave me alone.
Okay. Maybe just for like a couple hours, and if she doesn't show up, we'll see.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'll sleep down the front so she doesn't ring the bell. If you want to take like the balcony.
Okay, I'll sleep on the balcony.
Okay.
Where are you sleeping?
On the front stoop.
Front stoop. You got it.
We're like behind a wall, right? We're gated.
No, it's not a wall. No, there's like maybe a small fence, but it's pretty.
We're weird.
Open.
If anybody comes up, you know, we had a fight or something.
Yeah.
And we
I
don't
just
want to.
passed out outside because
You're super drunk.
Yeah, and it was cooler.
Yeah.
You know, more air.
She's gonna run recon. She's not coming up.
If Caduceus comes back down the steps, Caleb is taking out his bottle of whiskey and is finding 3. Are there glasses in this place? 4. Are there glasses in this place?
Yes, we have glasses.
There's still a ton upstairs with the tea. Sure.
Didn't you go up? Not. I thought all the ladies left.
Oh, sorry. No, they left. I'm still here. There's glasses. We're drinking tea. Yes.
I'm not drinking tea. Are you drinking tea?
Yes, my husband made tea. We're drinking tea.
Comes back out with like the freshly steaming kettle. All right, we're ready to go.
All right, for that, I really wanted some tea, and you're just in time.
Of course. He goes ahead and pulls a few glasses out and fills them for everybody.
Pour a shot of whiskey in my own and put the bottle down in the middle of the table. Just one drink. Anyone who wants to join. Boys. Beth.
Do you want some boy time? That's fine. Me and Yeza can go downstairs and start cleaning up.
Yeah, I've got all sorts of things to make sure I've triple packed.
As I pass by the front where he is.
Yeza can stay if he wants to.
You want
You can
Yeza
say
to
if you want
stay
to,
and not me?
I'm not tracking where.
I'm confused. Do you want me to stay or not?
I think anybody can stay.
Right
yeah.
Who wants to stay?
Yeah.
Do you have something to say?
I'm having a drink. I just need to settle my nerves before tomorrow because we're jumping a very far distance. And I'm still getting the hang of this, and there's a lot going on.
Sure.
And I just want everybody to be on the same page. You know?
Caleb is being that guy. You guys are leaving yet, are you?
Yeah, if you all want us to
Just
drink
sit with me while I have a drink.
Sure. We'll all sit around you drinking tea while you get drunk. It's fine. Go ahead.
I'm
We'll
not going
watch.
to get drunk. I'm going to have a shot and calm my nerves.
Seems to be working.
Never mind. I haven't had a sip yet. I just think this. Have you tried this yet, or have you only had tea? You've only drunk tea, haven't you?
I only drink tea.
You only.
Well, I drink other things, but I've my brief experimentation with spirits has not gone well.
Well, I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad the other 2 upstairs are here as well, but I'm glad you're here. I stare forward for a second. Yeah. Are you good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna kill us all tonight, Caleb? Oh my God.
Yes. I guess me trying to do a toast is out of character. Yes, I'm going to kill all of you.
Well, I'll drink to that.
2 underdogs.
To Wonder Dogs.
To Wonder Bread.
To Wunderbars.
All right, let's go to sleep.
Oh yeah.
All right. You guys finish your drinks. Some tea plus. heading to your respective chambers.
No.
Except for you're staying on the stoop, you said?
And keeping an eye out for
Well,
there.
I'm sleeping on the balcony.
Okay.
And I might occasionally peek around the back. I'm fervently looking for her.
Are you up on the roof of the balcony or just your balcony?
Just the balcony.
Just like a
the
nice
the one
balcony.
that's like a shared balcony.
I'll go for the roof. I kind of want to be under the tree a little bit.
Okay. So you go ahead and
I'll
sit on the
stay
front
up.
of the tree.
I'll stay for an hour writing in the other book and then return.
You've got it. All right. As you all scatter to your respective positions for the evening's rest, keeping watch, looking out. Bo and Jester, make perception checks for me, please.
What is happening? Okay.
24.
19.
19.
I think that's a 16. 19.
You, from the balcony standpoint, glance off to the side and you see a figure leap and hands very quietly touch the edge of the balcony railing.
The balcony rail where I am?
Yeah. Like 5 feet from you.
Hi.
You see slowly a drow head rise up to look towards you. You recognize it as the drow image of Dairon.
That was so cool.
Where is Beauregard?
Well, she's downstairs on the stoop, like literally, like right below you.
Leaps up, kind of like very silently, does a kind of a cartwheel flip over the side before landing on the tips of her toes.
You are so sneaky. Come inside, have a nice cup of tea.
Fetcher, we have much to discuss.
Okay, come on.
And she stomps ever so quietly into the house.
Ting, 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 ting,
Yeah.
ting.
No.
It's on the balcony.
Oh,
thankfully.
damn.
The second set of chimes.
Fucking doorbell. Floored it again.
And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Oh, wait, what? No, come on.
It's almost 11.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
So
I'm in trouble. I can just feel it. Did you see the way she asked for me?
Gonna be in trouble.
She just wanted to talk to her friend.
Tyron's back.
That slide whistle is gone forever now. I'm going to throw it out.
Best money.
$7 we'll never see again.
All right.
That was truly.
That was an emotional recovery episode over the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Was it though?
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
Well, we had some elements of recovery, some elements of continuous tension rising and puckering.
Puckering.
Yeah.
All right.
Mine is puckered.
What rises in? Never
Ew.
mind.
No, anyway.
Think about it.
Anyway.
Fish.
All right. So yeah, we'll be back here next Thursday to pick up from here to see what Dairon has to say, as well as these chuckleheads figuring out their next, I guess, the next steps and path to take. In the meantime, hope you guys have a wonderful week. Love you very much. And is it Thursday yet?
Oh my gosh.
Good night.
No.